Oh my god. Oh my god. All right, Zay. All right. He's a little enthusiastic. But hi, everyone.
Hi, guys.
Hi.
Hi. We have Siege.
Yeah, we have.
It's time to lock in.
Mm-hmm.
We're doing Siege. We're doing D1 is playing Horner Esports.
Horner Esports, yep.
Esports. Yep, that's the team name. We're going to Club.
Clubhouse first, yes.
Yes,
And Horner has made the very interesting decision, or maybe not. Hold on, match chat is lighting up about it, but we thought they were going to choose to start on attack, but it seems that someone in match chat has disagreed with this.
Okay,
so
great. Hold on.
That's fun.
We have this magical tool called the lobby options.
But yes, but otherwise, we know Club will be map 1. That is RIT's pick.
Yeah.
And Horner decided to take us to Labs for map 2.
Which is kind of funny considering all the labs tech that you gave them.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it'll be fun.
RIT used to really love Labs, so that's an interesting choice. I know, it's been a second because I haven't been playing with them super recently. So, that may or may not have carried over. And even though I know RIT has a core of continuing players, of course, there's 2 new faces in King, Bino, and Fives. So, it'll be interesting to see how they
Who's on hard support?
Who's that? Probably Aspect.
Yeah.
My goat Trey. Trey.
Oh my god.
But yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know much about Horner though, so I can't really yap.
See, I've literally okay. Like, all right, let's read off the lobby real quick.
Okay.
IO Gunk. Is okay? All right.
Yep.
J.
And Truly Skeptical. That's player name. I'm not skeptical of you. And also Panic Duck 17.
Yes, my goat.
I like that name.
I like that a lot.
Advert Rex.
Okay. All right, buddy. With 2 dots is crazy.
But then, so Club Labs for our first 2, and then in the best of 3, our neutral decider map was Chalet. So that'll be very interesting. Seems like both teams have gravitated towards
default maps.
I mean, I wouldn't say Labs is default. Maybe a little bit. But
depends on who you ask.
Yeah, like bigger, more team-focused, like stratty maps. Even if Club, those strats are pretty well trodden, they still rely on your team play a lot. So, I mean,
okay, so we know RT used to like play Labs, and Chalet and Club are maps that they have played this season so far. I don't know if Horner has played Labs at all.
I'm pulling up the docs.
I'm gonna look it up.
Yep.
But I don't know. It's just like I'm not sure. TBH. It's like Yag.
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 I mean, just off the vibes of the maps they've selected, I think that it will come down to a test of coordination between the teams more than anything.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, like. Obviously, I think Chalet especially.
We might have ours, by the way. Hold on.
Cool. Has room for that kind of mechanical ability, but I think Club especially really more relies on your coordination. But
yeah, it's also because you pretty much. I mean, I don't know, but like you one directional takes in Club rarely seen, right?
Yeah.
So.
Like you think of that gym bedroom attack is very, very well defined to be, half of your team's trying to take CC control. You're also probably trying to pressure gym and jacuzzi. And then you have things like Club Basement, which is one of the, more involved sites for sure in the game. It's, one of the few sites I think you could get away with 5-man bunkering. So, it requires a lot of.
And then, like, going over to, like, the RITCC, y'all play this stupid downstairs extension of Castle.
What do you mean, stupid?
I say stupid because I scrimmed against it last year, and you're still running it. Except now it's even better.
Yeah, because they had
because now you have the Castle.
No, we're leaking. No, stop leaking.
Well, they're going to play it now. They played it last week.
No, I know, but, like, come on, man. They're stream sniping. Come on.
Oh, my bad, of course. Sorry, my bad.
Doesn't matter.
My bad. But yeah, it's like the use of Castle, having an ACOG now.
Yeah, for sure. And just in general, like.
Oh, it's Hornets Esports, not Horner Esports.
Smooth.
Dubs.
Smooth operator.
Dubs. Excellent
Yo,
pre-show.
this guy's crazy. So tell me about Rexon. No, just kidding. Um,
All right, we're going.
we're going into the game. Let's go, dude.
Oh my god. I hope Happy at least gets to watch the back to VOD because this is gonna be one of the casts of all
He's gonna
time.
be so disappointed in you for that pre-show.
What do you mean? He's gonna love me for that
No, you're
pre-show.
right. He's gonna love it.
I hope he loves it.
I
I don't
mean,
know.
yeah. All right. Operator bans. Let's see this.
Okay, wait.
Hornets up first.
Dokubi.
Dokkaebi?
Fuck.
Ying. Okay, so
Oh, I can't swear on screen. Wait.
Is that true? Can you
I
not?
actually have no idea.
We'll tone it down just to be safe. But yeah, so Ying, I mean, to me, that makes me think they're more worried about executes rather than, like, roam clear. If you're banning Ying over Dokkaebi. So I would say maybe that's indicative that they're going to play a little tighter together around the site. Monty from RIT, I mean, that's box standard at this point.
Yeah.
His shields are fucking obnoxious.
If it wasn't like, yeah, if it wasn't Monty, it would have been the Doke. Yeah. Okay, Azami. Do they not use Azami at all?
I mean, so Azami's a very typical ban for those coordinated teams because when you're on an attack, she can be, if you have kunais in the pocket, she very much can be big wildcard factor during an execute, where, if you have very important cut angles that you're trying to maintain for a plant, she can just, manifest a barrier and make a cross that should not.
True. I just remembered all the rafter stuff as well.
Yeah.
See, it's funny. I'm just learning. It's like daycare with Cass. Except you learn Siege.
Yeah, but you have to.
Attackers need to locate and defuse bombs.
I need my play-by-play character.
What's happening right now? What am I gonna play?
What's happening? I mean, it's set up. So this is my time. All right, my time to shine. So we've got so Goyo for stall, Maestro as well on site, Malusi, Jaeger. I expect those 4 will be staying. And we've got a vigil. Okay, Zay has abandoned me. It's truly my time. But yes, with this vigil pick, I would not be surprised if vigil's on a kind of solo roam, hiding from all that roam clear utility, be it drones or Deimos, whatever the case.
5 seconds remaining.
And he's just going to be up there to play his life install time. Whereas on site we have, those more annoying util pieces and Maestro, Malusi, Jaeger to protect them, and then Goyo to solidify the stall if you can't deal with all that ghost pressure in time. So.
And I mean, I guess the question is what would you consider to be like a successful roam in terms of wasting time here? Because they are taking the top floor, right?
Yep.
And they are going to be doing a top down, so they are going to be playing into this roam. And the question is what do you consider to be a successful roam? Would you give up an extra 30 seconds if it means that if it means it was 1:30 instead of 2 minutes, but you lost a life? What would you consider to be successful here?
I mean, it's tough. I mean, the general rule of thumb is your life is very important in Siege. On a site like this, though, I think you can get away with 4 people on site if you take away a lot of time. So maybe a minute 30, but you'll see here what he's actually done is he's almost faked this roam. I think he just kind of went up and showed vigil lines to drones, made himself known to almost fake RIT into committing to a full roam clear and being safe about it. But just the fact that they are being safe about a roam clear instead of just walking in off-cut drones will itself waste a lot of time here. As you see, we're already crossing into that halfway point on the round, a minute 30.
And it's it's actually very interesting to see how they use that vigil, as he said. And now they do have first floor control. Minute 20, I would expect this out of any normal kitchen kitchen overtake. Here gets moto hatch, right?
Yep.
So starting to work that pressure in. Question is, are they gonna get dirt or are they gonna go blue?
Yeah, I mean, I couldn't tell you off rip. I mean, maybe they have a plan going in. Maybe they're droning and trying to spot a gap and move their execute toward that. Okay, Buck is now making vert for back armory. A little sketchy walking
Yeah,
over
that's a
that
little
hallway.
dangerous. Yeah, don't you want to
Typically-
play like? Don't you want to do like a little bit like more like move in a circle direction, like circle direction?
I mean, starting back armory is fine for that. What I was worried about was the hallway there. Sometimes you want to vert from like bar onto that piece of hallway, since that's also destructible, just to cover your back from getting anchored.
Yeah, and like here come like the first
Yeah.
picks. Yeah, and like it's.
So you're-
I do expect this. It's a 5v5 with like 30 seconds left. Like pretty typical basement take in the sense that everyone's bunkered down and there's so many bodies up, and now like it's.
I like this
just-
moto tank though, because with those
Yeah.
kills all across it,
The attacker spawned
lurking in
diffuser
the
has been
blue there,
dropped.
I mean, you saw the look off of it.
Mhm.
I think the problem here is they got flanked
10
and
seconds to
clawed
go.
those picks back, and they are rolling time
Attackers
already.
Now they're just doing it.
Those are off.
Drop the bomb diffuser.
Yeah.
It's all to do for Tiana here. Bizarre.
All right. Well, yeah. First round of Hornets. Yeah. The play there with the vigil, sort of like faking out the roam clear, definitely about enough time, and then, I mean, yeah, just they failed to execute, and then that flank really got them in blue. So
I think a lot of ideas were there from RIT, and I liked what I saw, but I think the timing on that basement site needs to be very precise, or it's very easy for the defense to.
yeah. Also, I completely forgot
Claw
we had a
those
game
picks
overlay.
back.
Hold on. My bad.
Defenders, protect your bombs from being
Production
defused by
moment.
attackers.
Real.
But now on to gym bedroom. This is another site that's going to require that kind of split pressure, but I think the timing, you can get away with it being a little bit out of sync here, as long as you're kind of powering through the positions you need.
There you go.
Yep.
I mean, okay, I'm going to tell you what I used to do as a take back in 2020, back when Goyo had shields and like 30-second meta, and then you can tell me how to adapt it. Okay, so I would play probably Ace or Mav, and I would start Kennel side, and then I would open
5
CC,
seconds to go.
go back up, and then work Jacuzzi. Meanwhile, I would, like, before opening CC, I would have droned up my entry, up rafters, gotten them that map control, then focused Jack, probably died to some dumbass stuff over in, like, dirt or something. And, yeah, that was my typical run. Or, I would just walk in bathroom. But by that point, we would have Logi control, and then we would also have, like, highway control, and that's like something that's really big here in this site as well, is getting CC control so you can also control highway.
Right, yeah, and that's the main thing, is getting that initial platform control to deny that CC window so that highway is safe. Because even if you were going to go for a minimal kind of gym and highway and jacuzzi take, you need to secure that window. So very often, even in a minimal take, you will see teams open that platform wall just to sit a guy on rappel and deny the window, if nothing else. But here we see a little bit more of a commitment to this CC take, so RIT probably trying to work for connector control ultimately. And yeah, here's the Deimos, good use of Deimos to use that bottom of burp pressure with grenades. I like seeing that. And like you said, they did work the Ash up in the Raptors. And Legion lost a lot of health in that process.
Yeah. I mean, let's think about it this way, right? Like, about a minute total, like, that round lasted. They've backed off into construction now. There's no other... I mean, they have that one player. I'm guessing that's Legion.
Legion was in con.
Yeah, okay. Well. Oh, well. Anyways, yeah. Wait.
Attackers have located
Am I seeing things? Are you seeing what I'm seeing?
What are you seeing?
Why is
Oh,
5
5's is the wrong
orange?
color.
Yeah,
Okay, yes.
I was so
Yeah,
confused. I was like,
that's
wait, why am I seeing an outline?
Yeah,
Okay.
now here comes a conflict. Now that was a little risky. I don't think there were guns on the master.
Oh, okay, yeah.
But I respect the flood. Now with Logi control, this round takes a very good outlook for RIT, I think.
Would you say that's typical, just flooding in Logi like that without the hatch open?
Without a hatch open is, I mean, it would be helpful to have hatch open. Or con single, you see that gets opened
Okay,
now.
wait, cold, hold on. Oh, no.
I mean, the element of surprise is real, but I think also what was a little scary about it is no one was holding that master door swing. Granted, you know, the Hornets did not capitalize on that. It's a momentary open, but
Yeah.
Anyway, now here, 2v2, 15 seconds left. I mean, this is just
seconds remaining. Attackers' bomb diffuser has been dropped.
Yeah, it's a substitute. C4's out, so I mean, probably work a pick here, but there's nothing really to do. Like, they've got the cross if they really wanted to. Here comes 2 and 3, and it's just like...
Takes a one.
Got one.
Yeah, in no time.
Operators, you are
That
out
is
of
fair.
time.
She got mine. She's in voice chat right now. She's like, I got mine, guys.
Real as
What are
fuck.
you doing?
She got hers. Like,
I'm on Thatcher. Like, that's not on me.
real.
Yeah. But I mean, yeah, and this has been a very well thought out and I think conservative defense from the Hornets that has been working out very well for them. Really kind of testing RIT to see if they can maintain their cohesion during the execute, and so
Attackers need
far
to locate and
it
defuse
has
as many
not
bombs as
gone
they
their
can.
way.
Yeah, and it's like, Hornets has really been just like, listen, like, if they want to take the map control, if they're really committing this much time to take it, just give it to them. Like, they've already spent so much, like, resources on it. Like, let's just back off, and like you said, let's use that, like, let's test their execute and test the coordination, because at the end of the day, it's going to be a 3-2-1, and a couple gun sites is going to decide your round. So,
Yep.
I don't know. CC?
CC's hard to do that, and I think, yeah, because CC's such a small site, it's a little easier on attack to, cut this up. Right? You got a wall cutting site in half just right there. Your only hope is this bandit trick
Attackers are
that
moving out to locate a
may
bomb.
not even be coming. Bandit's gonna take the pistol spawn peek in bottom garage.
That's real. That's real stuff.
It's a bold strategy, Cotton.
That's my game name, I've never said.
He's out.
No, because I dead ass do that. I would play Cade and do that,
Yeah.
and then it'd be Soj over.
Okay, yeah, now he's come home to potentially bandit trick as well. And just a Malusi ratting on Jim's side. Looks like mostly they're kind of playing for the Raptors guy.
Ooh, okay.
Bomb located by attackers.
Yeah, I mean pretty bog standard, just like pinch take for CC, I would say.
Mhm.
Only thing I'm not seeing here is any attempts to take garage. Although I'm guessing once they get CC wall open, they'll probably divert.
It's possible.
Yeah.
The
I mean,
first
it
step
also,
of any take, though, is getting that wall open. Whether it's Raptors or you're going to end cash side, you need that wall open.
Yeah. Because like when you think about it, like it literally splits the map, and then having highway control really just helps you like
Yeah.
get that map control.
Drone into Logi misses Advert Rex there. Unfortunate. Or maybe it's on and just patch this hatch drop.
It's about to get hot.
That would be crazy. Yup.
When the demons win, shut up, guys. Text up.
I think more likely it was a misprint, but I'm not in
Wait,
the
someone's
voice
just
chat.
missing main. Oh.
Yeah, that's on the flank.
Oh, and that's the fuser too. Unfortunate.
I mean, it looks like they were in fact setting up to do a cash execute there.
Okay, listen. What are your thoughts on Nomad on Clubhouse?
Okay. That's an interesting discussion for later, but right now, Jay is fighting demons or not. 'Cause, I mean, for a moment there, it's been between the Hatch and the Ash and Cobb, but
Yeah.
Hatch guy has since rotated and he's wormed his
Attackers
way
recovered the
out.
bomb diffuser.
Get aware.
I mean, yeah, like you got your picks. It's a 4v2. Just come back to site. Like, there's no contention over in swamp. Like, just come back.
Yeah, the thing there is I think if you knew a guy's Hatch, it's very hard to leave. So
True, but
sometimes your best option is to just sit there and make them kill you to burn time.
which wasn't the case here because he just got the hatch open.
You know? I think it was open and just
Wait.
the two kind of missed each other.
Oh, okay. There you go.
You know, working straight into side here.
What?
Okay, Trey,
oh.
my go. I mean, yeah, it's really that they just lost it.
Yeah, I mean, they just
right.
they lost it to the flank, and then they just since they didn't have enough like
It gets
people,
scrappy.
they just.
You can't blame. I mean, you
TO?
can't blame those two for.
Okay, honestly, good if you're taking a TO here. So
Yeah.
many teams just don't TO when it's
I mean,
0-3.
Yeah, losing a full rotation of sites is generally a good a sign as any to to try and right the ship. And I know Dan has been coaching for a long time, yeah, so if anyone can do it, it'll be him. Reset the vibes,
Real.
identify the problems.
Mm-hmm.
The good news here is Club is a little defender-sided. Nothing crazy, but, you know, if you can pull together a 2-1 in these last 3, then you're still looking okay for the
Looking fine,
defensive
yeah.
half.
Something I want to mention there is most of the win conditions for those rounds were on time. So it's like, it's really just Hornets. It's just like you don't need to give them picks if you don't have to. Like, they have to push. They have to, they're, at the end of the day, they're the ones that have to execute. Like,
Correct?
like, what do you think you're doing?
That's it.
Hornets is like, so you see, there's this objective.
So there's this objective, and if you want it, you'll have to take it. Okay, so there is something of a B strat going on here from the Hornets. So yeah, mirror on the board. We did not see that the first go around here. So
Attackers have discovered the location
trying
of a bomb.
to almost invalidate whatever adaptations RIT's coach may have come up with. I think throw a wrench in it with the mirror.
True.
But we do see ultimately the same
10
bones
seconds
of the
left
strategy,
before
right? Even if you put the mirror in,
Yeah.
it's
still like
Solo room from
phantom
Vigil.
pressure.
He's
from
got
the
some
Vigil,
intel with the
yeah.
Valk now, so there might be a little more
Attackers are
commitment to
moving
it.
to defuse a bomb.
But ultimately, the win cons are still the same, right? Kill or clear this Vigil fast enough so that you can actually open
Place enough pressure for
on-site,
yeah.
So,
Oh, strip take. See why?
they're the same
why?
color.
Why?
Unlucky.
Why?
Surely unlucky.
When I spread misinformation.
I mean, that could be a late round problem there, but
I mean, I highly doubt Vigil sticks to.
no, I mean, I'm pretty sure that was a Boss G head and window type play right there. looking
Okay,
for a
Clemps.
GP.
Okay. Didn't know Clemps was in this match.
Yeah, all right.
No, that guy's actually like the staff hub menace with the Boss G. Like, it's ridiculous.
You know, I believe that.
Like, it's actually like, let's just say, Oregon was out of the map pool before Lair came out. For one reason.
What, did you run up to T3 all the time?
Find a window, it's open.
Got it.
Find a doorway,
Just all of them.
it's open. Yeah, all of them. A minute 40. I think the pacing here is a little better than last round.
A little better,
Or
yeah.
last.
I mean, we have full control here now with a minute 30, as opposed to...
But they haven't started working for it yet, and
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that's because I don't think they've called everything clear yet.
Seems like it, and this Vigil is still a lurking threat, but it does seem that they are aware of him as Ash moves to the bathroom.
Yeah, here comes a pinch, and like, yeah, here we'll have
Attackers
the.
have dropped the bomb diffuser. Attackers recovered the bomb diffuser.
This is
they
actually
do have
really
the
smart.
intel. Yeah, they do have
Because
this.
here, you're kind of just going 1-for-1 with this Vigil in the worst case scenario, even if you leave a guy on this cut. Yeah, now you wait for your buddy and you play the refrag maybe.
I'm concerned that they're gonna tunnel this though. They're not
Yeah, it does not have to be
a
person
five-man.
effort.
Yeah. Oh,
Was that a vertical pick?
yeah. I don't.
I think that was a vertical pick working site.
Maybe some hero play on the Moto Hatch.
The attacker's bomb diffuser has been
Where
dropped.
did I die?
Regardless, I'm glad that they have not completely tunneled this Vigil. Hopefully now with one dead, he's on the
Okay,
flank cam.
surely now.
Their diffuser.
Yeah.
No way.
He dies doing
okay. Okay.
So, you know, problem solved. Doesn't have to be anything fancy.
Oh, no, no. 20 seconds. What other people do they have? Okay, they're just gonna funnel Moto. Okay,
Attackers
Ash ball
dropped the
pick.
diffuser.
Yeah, that's a little rough.
15
Still a
seconds
2v2
left.
here. This could be clawed back with one stuck in boxes.
Yeah, Skeptical could very easily die in this
Ooh,
location.
but he makes the play.
Wow. That's pretty
What can you
snappy.
do? What can you do when Skeptical is
1-2.
playing?
Damn.
They had the numbers. Sometimes.
Skeptical's red dot doesn't exist. It can't hurt you. Skeptical's red dot.
It is a shooter game at the end of the day.
Real. Okay, hold on. Yep, for 1 second.
Oh, okay. Got it. Sorry, everybody. Zay's doing production things again. This guy's truly a warrior, casting and producing.
Defenders, protect your bombs.
Regardless now,
Attackers.
going back to Jim, again we see a couple of changes coming out from the Hornets with the inclusion of a warden. But again, it does look like the bones of the strategy are mostly the same.
I'm back. What's happened? How was casting?
Pretty good.
Dubs.
We've changed to a warden now.
Ooh.
Bandit's still on the board. Mute, Legion, and Castle still on the board.
Okay, hold on. The repick for Jackal over Deimos?
10 seconds to go.
Yeah, I think that could maybe be a symptom of having
5
dealt
seconds
with
left
the...
before insertion.
No, they're back to Deimos. Okay, good.
Attackers
Well,
are moving
what I
out
was
to
going to say is I
locate a
think
bomb and
that
defuse it.
they may have felt that with the Vigil play on the basement, Vigil can counter Deimos tracks with his ability, but he cannot with Jackal.
Jackal.
However, I think they probably correctly identified that this is in fact a different site. And
Let's go.
Deimos is here being used to apply extra pressure to the guy in cash with that vertical play with the nades.
I like seeing this instant Rafters take.
Yep.
Very default, but like you really do need to be taking this free map control.
Yeah, I mean, like,
Attackers
one
dropped
cut
the
drone
diffuser.
there and one guy
Attackers
walks
have
in, and
recovered
that's
their
already a
diffuser.
great base of operation.
Yep. Now, on the other side, too, you're already working Jacuzzi some way. Like, there's definitely some work that's being done here. Now rotating the Ash, I'm guessing to watch for Swamp Flank, which is something that they need to be more wary of because they've already lost, 3 rounds of flanks. So it's either been flanks that Crusher executes or just not winning their ones at the end of the day.
Yep. And here again, I mean, Vigil is...
This is good.
He's really feeling the pressure there. I mean,
Ooh. Yeah, this is
it's
good.
a scary situation to be in. You just kind of have to make a play at some point.
This is a pretty good take. That's
They're
an
in a
unfortunate
nitro,
before. I mean, is that chick? I'm guessing that was Jacuzzi, yeah?
It would seem so, yeah.
Yeah, it was from
He's
Strip,
down in
yeah.
basement. Yeah.
Attackers
I mean,
have located a
honestly,
bomb.
that's a little unfortunate, but like if you take Con now, ooh, okay, yeah.
That's just...
See,
He lost
those
the
are just
one.
ones that you need to win. Yeah. So it looks like
again, yeah.
RIT's aware of their issues. They're just not like at the end of the day, just not winning the ones at the end of the day. But
Yeah, just not quite able to finish the food, right? They
Mhm.
lost to, you know, this Legion and this, I mean, the Bandit, but
yeah, I mean, honestly,
you
like
see that they've taken heavy damage. They just,
Yeah.
you know, weren't quite able to...
I like what
kills there.
Aspect's doing here. Like they've already used their TO, might as well use the time to talk it over.
Mhm.
It's like a pseudo TO. Because yeah, this is rough. 5-0. I mean, really, what
You
you
need
want
one.
here is to get one run.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like
You need one.
0-6 on club. Sure, you're on like defense, but that's rough. Like that's really difficult.
I mean, it's I think an important thing for the mental too, even if you're very confident in your defenses, to know that you have at least one round of cushion. You do not have to go flawless on your defense. You can play a little more free, take a couple more risks. And it's
Touchback is crazy.
something this turn. But it can be, I mean, it can be hard to, you know, play as loose as you want to when you're on match point, right?
Yeah.
So even just for your mental, one round is
It
good.
is big. Yep. Okay. One round. Okay, where are they gonna go? Yeah.
Has to be CC.
Has to be CC. I mean,
Pocket bar strap would go crazy.
I mean, this would probably be the time to bring it up.
Yeah, I would agree.
Like, he could, but no.
But if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
They did their VOD review. They're using it against some Cass. They're using it against.
I mean, I'm telling you, dude, the Castle
It
Lounge
works.
extension
It
is
works.
not like a completely novel idea if that's what they did.
Yeah, no, like I mean, I ran the in comp like what 4 years ago. Like, like it's a good idea. And it's only gotten better, but especially with like the release of like Desmos and stuff like that, like vertical like gunfights are getting more and more important because like at least with Desmos, because like you think about it, like you have a constant ping, you know.
Well, I mean, it's almost like a reversion, right? Because we used to have the depth charges through the floor
Yep.
with those quick grenades, but If we were missing that, the best
True.
you could do was a buck through the court.
True. Yeah, you're right. It's kind of reintroducing that game
Yeah,
mechanic.
but now with Deimos,
Attackers are
you
moving
can
to defuse a
create
bomb.
some combos to add that bottom-up pressure.
You know. Okay, what does RIT have to do differently here? They need to win their ones when it comes to the flank. That's like day ones. You need to do that. Cause it appears to me at least that RIT they're self-aware of their mistakes, but they come up with adaptations. They just fall short when they have to take engagements.
I think there was also just a little bit of sloppiness in the clear there. It's like they're very diligent about clearing out things like basement and gym, where they then run into time troubles. But then on a smaller site like CC, they almost like sped it up because they weren't expecting much resistance, or they just misdroned and got a little unlucky. And so then, of course, the one round they don't do this super methodical run clear. They do it with a flank and like a guy ratting in Logi. So, I think ultimately that speaks to there needs to be work on the intel game. You need to identify if space is free and we can just take it, or if there's going to be a fight over this space.
Yeah, and the first fight comes over and it's over con because they're repeating the same take, right? Which is a good take because you do need to have that multiple dimensions. But yeah, it's that ACOG and those two Goyo canisters. It's going to delay so much time, and RIT is committing so much so many bodies into this that this needs to work for them. They need to win this, otherwise they're in very dire straits. They do have CC open. I'm curious as to what they may do in Garage to see if they can maybe just try to have the defense overextend. However, at this moment, 1 minute left, they really need to be able to take construction, and I'm hoping that soon they realize that it is clear that they have relinquished control of it and they can start working highway. They do have the castle below, just waiting and lurking for that late round flank that has been so detrimental for them.
Right.
So it's just this needs to happen now.
That pick off the breach is great. That equalizes us. But I do have to wonder here, what the vision for the execution is. Where's the...
Here comes the flank, too.
Because normally on a cash take, I'd expect to see something like a capital. Power.
Wow.
I mean, they're just winning their gunfights here. They don't need a capital. They don't need a Grim to clear out green box. They're just going to watch it. And, I mean, hey, it's a great way to win the round if you want to.
This is a very successful chain of frags. They first got the flank out, then they got the site player, and now they were able to just funnel in. They have the site control they need. They have the execute, and now it's just the Raptors player.
And he's out on an island.
And again, it's this is why you need CC Vault.
And the Goyo's even coming against them here.
That's really funny. So much for what, bro?
No, that's crazy.
No, but this is the round that they needed, and it's also going to help their mental a lot because this is not just a win, but it was a good win. So going into defense, I think this is going to be a good reset for them.
Yep. I mean, and again, they powered that execute. There was not a lot going on there when obviously the cash execute can work out very well there once you get that guy off green box, as we saw, but typically you'd expect a little something to get that guy moving into your gunfights, but it seems either from overheating from having that lead or I don't know, they managed to just work the pick.
Yeah, in another situation where that green player that wasn't so overcommitted to this gunfight, we would have need to have seen what RIT had tried to do in previous rounds, which is try to take below, try to put some pressure over in stock so that we can try to move players around. Because if this stagnates, if the position stagnated there, their entries were very limited. It was a breach, which they have crosses on. It was cash door, they have crosses on, and it was CC window, which they also have a cross on. So it's just very difficult to be able to execute even with the breach open.
10 seconds to insertion.
Now though, sides are swapping, so
5 seconds to
see
go.
what this is gonna look like.
Okay, wait, hold on. I need to mention this.
Attackers are moving to
Shoot.
defuse a bomb.
They lost 4 drones.
They did lose
It said
I only
4.
see one.
It said 4.
Oh,
It said 4 in prep phase.
interesting.
I got lied to. I don't know what you want me to tell you.
Hey,
I will
mean,
go back on the VOD. There was 4 X's.
I believe you. That's a Ubisoft moment. Yeah, and I mean, like I said, there it didn't work out, but I mean, 5's this close to a cheeky opening kill, and that's when you're down like this. Sometimes you need to get aggressive like that, and I think hopefully, you know, like we talked about, that one extra round of cushion is gonna allow them to be.
It just lets them breathe a little more. Yeah. This is like pretty quick though, like because at least for RIT's take, for me it seemed very sequential, right? Like first get garage control, then get CC, then get jacuzzi, right? Whereas here I'm seeing they're taking they tried to or they have attempted to take CC and Logi at the same time, from what I've seen. And they've kind of left jacuzzi kind of alone.
Right.
And now we go to jacuzzi, but we have Logi control
Well,
already
I mean,
with a minute 50 in the round.
They've
Is
worked
crazy.
2 guys into Logi. I mean,
Yeah,
the pick
that
there
is
from Bino,
huge.
That's big.
No highway control is
But
kind
getting,
of weird.
Getting that Logi control is, I mean, this is a strange position.
Okay,
to say
but
the
they've just
least.
split the map. Holy.
Yeah. They've,
Okay, here's the con.
I mean, that's good intel. to just take
Okay,
into
but
Logi.
like, why didn't a gunfight happen?
It's a weird angle. I honestly don't
Okay,
blame the
yeah.
guy with the X for not taking that.
Yeah.
But now it's like they had a great intel game to identify this opening in Logi, but I mean, with that one pick from Bino, it's kind of been locked in there.
Ooh. And yeah, and then, yeah, here it comes, right? At least it gets traded, right?
Yeah.
And a 3-on-3, this is what we need, right? We need the bandit downstairs because the bandit being over in con did absolutely nothing for them.
Yeah.
Because they had to cross on him, right? So being able to have that C4 in hand and being able to retake is huge here, especially because of the jacuzzi take, right? And like they're gonna realize that they need more map control, and that's actually real unfortunate. Oh my god. Did bro fall off the roof, or was that CC window?
I think CC with the
Yeah.
ping there and the punch open, and I mean, they didn't open that wall. They're not leaving anyone there, so I mean, it was open for exploitation, right?
Yeah, see, that was a little over aggressive. I probably would have put some windows. But yeah, no. See, the bandit retaking main, huge. Like
Yep.
even on a 2-on-3 with 20 seconds left, I really can see this going RIT's way because they do have to funnel jacuzzi, right? So yeah, and then here comes the C4. It should get 1. Doesn't get
Doesn't
any.
quite.
Ooh,
Trey
okay.
locks it down with
Yeah, Trey's got it.
10 seconds remaining.
But yeah, see,
1v1 here.
the 1v1 with the smoke out. Here comes the plant.
Takes
Looking to
it,
retake. On the jacuzzi
and
breach.
he's forcing the plan. Triple
That's
zeros.
it, yeah.
Well played.
Good round. Good round.
Operators, you have run out
Yeah,
of
that was
time.
kind of wacky. That whole like just. Hey, what if we dropped Logi, guys?
I mean, it's like, obviously that speaks to having very good intel and
Yeah.
confidence in yourself to just take
I
that
think that
space
was a
presents
really good
itself.
adaptation. I just think that I think they overcommitted on the adaptation because
Right.
they didn't.
There needs to be some idea of how do we turn this into
To a victory.
a bomb plant,
Yeah.
right? Because you can't just plant the Logi rotate out of,
Listen.
like, there's, you
Listen.
need to add that highway pressure to clear
pretty
out the back
please.
part of Master. You want jacuzzi open. And they did get jacuzzi open, but it was a little out of sync. And so, you know, had they taken even just a little bit of control CC, just sit one guy on that repeller, whatever, to deny that window from late round,
Yeah.
and then play those windows, you know, that could have looked very
A
different.
lot better. Yeah.
Yeah.
That could have very easily gone like their way, and I mean, it's it's just like I think this
Hold
would
on,
be a very
though.
easy adaptation. Yeah, what's up?
This is a very interesting defense. It's very extended for the basement here.
I mean, smile.
5
Smart.
seconds left.
I mean, the SSG room is infamous as ever.
Actually, none of the top floor hatches are open, so it's not an SSG room. We're not having a castle, so it's not an SSG room, Cas.
Of course, it is not a...
Actually.
I mean, but the lineage is very clearly
Yes.
there.
Yeah.
We also have both a Goyo and a Smoke basement.
Instant dirt
You love to see
control.
it. As often happens with these big rooms,
Yeah.
it's very hard to fight. I mean, it's impossible to stop dirt from the room, and it's very hard to stop blue from the room as well. So you will see teams try to take faster rotates
Exactly.
that
It's
can
like
work out.
if you do have enough intel about this happening, like That's the typical take, is either rush dirt or rush blue.
Or both.
Or both at the same time, yeah.
Yep. And we see the
Oh
blitz
my god, the
here.
blitz!
Not being used in a rush there, just trying to kind of power through the positions instead. And I don't know if I like that. I think if
Yeah. I mean, I think their idea is we know that they're roaming, we need to take top forward clear.
right.
And I think they wanted to use
And a great
the
pinch
blitz
there
as
well.
as the object of their fast roam clear. And I mean, hey, like they got the opening
Can
pick
happen.
on minute 2, right? So it's just like it has been working out, and they do have the top control that they wanted. The question is, how do they convert that top floor control into the map control that they need to be able to execute?
Well, and now compare this to even RIT's very methodical clear against just like the phantom of the vigil there. They're even behind that, right? They don't have any avenues to say other than dirt at this moment. We see Hibana going for the kitchen hatch though, so this may change very soon. But Aspect already in a position on AKs, feeling the pressure from dirt. I'm sure the kitchen hatch will not make that feel any better. But Fives with a big pick back. That could be round defining this late into the round, being equal.
Jay's got looking for a pick, and it could have worked out. AK Racks.
AK guy he's got to be feeling the pressure, but he's doing a great job not giving it to them.
And I mean, that's kind of his job too, is he needs to sit there and let pretty much kind of die. Here comes the execute. 2 smokes. Go out for the kitchen drop. Blitz playing on it. We have 2 attackers here.
And I think there's even still Goyas to deny this, so they may just be out of time here.
And here comes the drop that they have to
Great
funnel.
shots.
Yeah, there's just not a lot to do.
Blue guy works it back. That could be big as well, and they have all the backside control in the world.
Okay, the boss G here is interesting. I just have to acknowledge it. Yeah, and see, like, that's the problem, right? It's just
great retake on Fives, working this hatch.
Like, when you have to commit so many bodies to just funnel because of all the defender utility, the flank potential is just, like, it's just gonna happen, right? Like,
I mean, still 1v1 here. Triple zeros, though, bomb being planted. Not much you can do. And there it's like you've almost played it into the design of the roam there. They almost want you to clear them because this is a fairly big map, and if they just do what they did there and fall back and not give picks on site, very, very good, because it's, I mean, you lose a ton of time clearing it. Very often you misclear something. There's so much going on. You see things like Fives getting all those picks back on the retake. It's hard to deal with, and I think that's why a lot of teams, when they see a roam like that, try to just explode onto site. So,
I think for the side of Hornets, it's just like they've lost the last 3 rounds, right? Even after side switch, they've lost 3 rounds in a row, mostly due to just not being able to get that execute. Same thing that was kind of happening at RIT, like in the beginning of the game, just not being able to convert. Time advantage, map control, and like opening picks, because they were able to pinch out one of those like defending roamers. They were able to like get the man advantage very early. They just weren't able to convert that into a victory, and it just came down to they were trying to, at least in my eyes, they were trying to get to this position to execute that just was unattainable because of all the defender utility that was still up, right?
Attackers need to locate and defuse bombs.
It's easy.
Indeed. So, I mean, hopefully these things have been addressed in the timeout here.
You all can't see me, but I'm pointing at the castle.
He's pointing at the castle in the mirror and giggling because he knows what is to come.
Observer, can you go downstairs real quick?
He wants to yap about this mirror.
Okay, so here's what's gonna happen, right? They're gonna put these head holes over here. This is for the hatch, right? Upstairs. This is for the con hatch. And then they're gonna put this mirror here on this. What do you call that wall?
Lounge wall?
Lounge wall? Okay. So they're gonna put it there on lounge wall. And then they're gonna castle like stock, lounge door, secret door, right? So it's just like, and then Castle's just gonna play here with the ACOG.
Yep.
And like, this is just so good, especially like if a team tries to take any garage control, which RIT hasn't really been doing in the past easy holds. But I would expect a lot of people to take at least some sort of like garage control.
The the garage Raptors plant is definitely the more popular one, and we did see RIT clearly favored the cash plant. And I think, you know, in collegiate leagues especially, there's definitely something to be said for just doing something different. But obviously, 50-50 on that. Not bad. But, so it'll be interesting to see. With the Capitao and the Buck as well, though, I think this does kind of point toward a more default
A bomb has
Raptors
been
take.
located.
Yeah. And if it also indicates potentially like trying to disable the bandit trick from below. However, they are able to get it with the standard. It's not going to be necessary. However, Buck is still going to be very important here because they will still want to be able to get stock control to play vertical onto cash, right? And this is going to be a very important engagement here. It's going to be very deciding to Hornets.
Now, there should be help from Red Stairs
The
there.
funnel is crazy.
That's a main, yep.
Wow.
And that door is just across. You really do need a second point of pressure onto this, or it's
Yeah,
just
that's why
not a
you can't
fun
just
time.
funnel off secret, yeah.
Yep.
Like, even just having lounge doors is going to help you so much there.
Because, I mean, you've got fives working that con hatch, so you can work into stock very easily. You try secret there, you saw there was a cross with the stairs. It's an involved take, and I think some people don't see that.
Yeah, like, it's quite literally three-dimensional. If you really want to be able to get that, you need to have somebody in highway. You need to have somebody downstairs by lounge door, and you need to have somebody by secret, right? So it's just, like, it's very involved, and it could very easily take up too much, like, mobility, like, commitment out of your players, right?
But now it's all onto... They've just found the
I'm
gap on the
inside.
site.
I'm
The
inside.
Nitros come in onto the default there, the denied plant.
Guys, I'm excited.
Default plant is being reattempted here. I mean, shotgun below.
Wow, and it goes off.
Plant gets down. But everyone dies.
It's just, they're retakes, yeah.
You have to try something though, right? When you're in a 5v3,
Yeah,
like,
I think that was a good, like, desperado from them.
for sure.
Diffuser disabled
Like,
by
on a
defenders.
2v, what was that, 2v5 or 2v4? Like,
It was a 3v5 initially, but
yeah, okay.
quickly became a 2v4.
With, like, that short amount of time, that was nice to see, but it's just, like, yeah, like, you just
I
don't
mean,
have
yeah,
any
you sit out
control.
on platform and you bait and you hope maybe they get freaky and give
Yeah.
you some picks back, but
Mhm.
RIT disciplined enough not to sell the bag that hard. And so you gotta try something. Going on to Jim now. Reattempting.
Defenders,
Blitz on
protect
the
your bombs
board
from being
here.
defused by attackers.
Again,
Well, last time Blitz was used on Basement, no?
for their roam clear, yeah.
Yeah.
Which begs the question, what are they going to do? I'm guessing Rafters CC cash, right?
Yeah, I mean, that would be,
Or-
if they use the Blitz in the kind of like, almost like a budget Monty type way again,
Right,
where you try to
exactly.
clear the roam, that's where I'd see him. But I almost wonder if they're going to try to use the Blitz on that logic gap
Yeah.
and explode onto site with that.
Mhm.
Um,
The question is RIT going to change anything about that logic, right?
I mean, they don't seem to be changing much about the initial setup,
Right.
but I mean,
I wonder if they'll commit a player there
yeah, you don't
instead.
need to change operators to have a guy play gold ball,
Mhm.
right?
Yeah.
Locate a bomb
So
and defuse it.
it'll be a test. But I mean, all five are spawning over here on warehouse, so it does seem as though they're going to be looking toward that kind of budget Monty.
Budget, yeah, literally. Literally.
Yeah, he's walking up rafters. All good, you know.
The Ash. And then I'm guessing Ash is going to play a little bit further behind to scrub out Swamp Flank.
Gulags.
Yeah, cool. Like I'm out. Yo.
I can't blame him. There's a
Yo, there's a
blitz.
blitz. I'm out.
Yeah.
Get me out. Get me out.
Very natural reaction when you hear the clanking, the impending doom.
Yeah, no,
Now-
this is a very good, like, I think personally, I think this is a very good, like, idea of a take for Cash because they're also involving that stock
Now,
commitment, right?
this said, there needs to be something more happening here, right? Because you have this guy playing top red, so you can't just walk in there.
True.
I mean, you could. It'll be a gunfight. But,
I mean,
this door is crossed by 3 people, right? So you take your one, you lose it there. Refrag is
Again,
there at least.
yeah.
So now Blitz can work this rotate, which is less suicidal, but RIT correctly identifies that they can leave the position.
See, me personally, I think I would have had the Ash work the red pick with Zoe. and then work star.
Yeah, like work below. Adding pressure up the stairs there could do something. Also, I mean, you could just hard breach the CC wall, right? Like, just open up the direct. But there needed to be something, and now Tiana finds that Zoe underneath late. And again, it's just, there's a blitz and a thermite with everything in the world to do, and it's just...
Yeah, this is
RIT
a rock and a
not gonna
hard
give
place for
them
them,
the
yeah. They try to regroup here, and like they could probably work a pick or two.
I mean, I do like playing behind your shield. It's a very powerful thing to do. Blitz is going to get ahead into Logi here. Now this can be an awkward position though, as the Blitz goes down.
Frostmat! Was that the Frostmat or is that
I don't know.
Dawn?
Was that the Pog mat? That would be a crazy mat, respectfully.
Oh, was it? I
It was
don't know
probably
what
the
it was.
impact.
I don't know. I have no idea. I just saw her go down, and I'm like, what?
Listen, if I'm a Blitz and there's a frost mat just in the middle of the floor like that, dude, you can have it. You can have it, dude. Like, I'm not checking for that frost mat ever. Even if I die to it, you can have it,
You can
bro.
have it.
Because what am I going to do? Look at my knees walking around the map? Like, that's insane.
I mean, you don't have free look now.
Locate and defuse bombs.
Yeah, okay.
Oh
Back
my
on the
God.
basement, though. I think this is the same lineup for the room, right?
Wait, can we talk about it now?
Yeah, go for it.
Why bring Nomad on Clubhouse?
Nomad on Clubhouse. And Gridlock.
Yeah, what are your thoughts?
Well, we do, if we recall the last round where RIT won the round almost solely on the back of the amazing roam and retake potential of Fives kind of getting skipped over.
10 seconds to
You
insertion.
double down on those flank watch operators, that becomes a lot harder to do. You'll at least get a audible clue that, hey, I need to look at hatch now on this bomb plan. I don't just need to look at church. So I could see that. Now, granted, Clubhouse is a very big map with a lot of different angles into things, so you need to be careful about where you put those nomads. It's not something like Border, where you can just throw a nomad on metal and top east and say, hey, this entire floor is safe. So hopefully they have that in mind.
Yeah, and it's kind of like working with what you said there. It's not just that there's multiple ways to get up the stairs, it's that they're so spread out, right?
I don't think Fives knows that this guy's in pool. This is crazy.
Nah, you got it, Fives, trust. That's actually crazy, though. I mean, where'd you
They
walk in
missed each
from?
other.
Yeah.
He walked in from
A
strip,
bomb has been located.
Oh.
but I mean, that's just insane that like neither of them know. Okay, he spots his little head, whiffs the shots. This is an insane 1v1.
No.
I'm still up and his buddy comes down the stairs to close it out. I mean, that's just tough, quite frankly. But I mean, like, you know, whiffs happen though. Whiffs are human, and there you kind of see the problem with that kind of like lurky gap finding thing is like, you know, Fives had no idea, right? He was dead to rights, but if
Yeah.
you do whiff, you lose a fight like that. There's no one there to get your refrag.
Okay,
and
I don't
think
know
that's
why
been a
we're
problem.
still upstairs. Like, I don't know
Yeah,
why.
you get the pick back. You
I
think maybe
low-key
you can
would
work
just,
it on this
yeah,
site.
I don't
Yeah.
know. Like, like, yeah, like, get the pick, go back to site, probably just put some more pressure blue. Like,
For sure. I think on a site like this, you can probably get away with that.
although I will say, if I was Logunk in that moment, I would just started dying laughing.
I mean,
I would have just started giggling, like, I can't, there's nothing else to say.
in my experience as a player, when you miss the first shots, and then you realize, right? Because honestly, when you're good at the game like these guys are, like, shooting is like pretty automatic, right?
Yeah.
So when you do, you know, miss a shot like that, you're almost shocked that like you didn't kill this guy,
Yeah.
and then you know you're thinking about it. And that's a problem, right?
Okay, it is dropped, yeah?
Yeah,
They
double
did the smoke
drop.
here.
They have advantage now.
Ooh, and they
low
have
on
the
time,
blue
and
control as well?
The nitros have missed as well, so there's
Okay, but why did
this
they
has
drop
to be a
kitchen?
retake.
Because he's going to retake a buff again.
Well, Did they put a nomad up for it?
Great question.
Wow, great
Wow.
pick.
Okay. It wasn't even attempted, but yeah.
It's, I mean, I don't know where the recruit was, but I know, like, if you're Goyo on site, it's hard to go for that because, I mean, yeah, like this guy can see her across. He manages to worm up to it to try this, but I think it might be too late.
It's
Yeah, and the nomad
very
was there.
Yeah. Okay, so +1 points for Nomad on Clubhouse.
I mean, like, that's the thing. The right kitchen is,
Get your pick.
there's not many ways into kitchen. So that's,
No,
if you knew, hey, their whole strat kind of revolves around this retake on kitchen hatch.
might as well, yeah.
One nomad.
Good adaptation.
Yep. But
What went wrong?
I think so. They get their opening pick, and I think they either overstay their
They-
welcome
yeah, they
or they get
overstayed,
picked
yeah, for sure.
coming back, something like that. And
Definitely
then just,
overstayed because I don't remember who it was. Was it Aspect? Or no, it was Bino.
It was Bino.
It was Bino was like just walking up into bar and then died to the lounge double door. So.
Yes. I mean, yeah, but I think as well that adaptation of the Nomad was
Attackers need to
very,
locate and defuse the bomb.
very well done because there's when you're playing that roam, like I don't know that they had enough denial for that kitch plant when you do manage that control, since you're playing so many like roamy operators. So they kind of maybe figured like, hey, this is a pretty safe plant spot. There's no world where we're going to generate enough pressure to do like a moto take. But if they can't retake the hatch on us, then that
Might as well
default
commit.
kitchen plant becomes
A lot more
a decent
viable.
option. Yeah.
10 seconds left.
Okay, what went wrong last time for Hornets here was just one, like, not knowing how to handle that castle below,
Yep.
and also just like having too many resources to commit it in like too little time.
Yeah, and I think a lot of that was because they just couldn't deal with the lounge extension correctly. We'll see now if they, learn their lesson from it, if they can adapt and win this game, or if we'll be sent to overtime for another defensive masterclass.
It seems like the Nomad is the mainstay pick, so that makes me think, what if they're trying to like switch up their take, maybe do something like laterally for like cast side instead of committing.
And see, here we see another problem with the lounge take is like, you just can't get this wall reliably unless you do something to clear the bandit off, and typically that involves going below.
Which means you'd have to clear him. Yeah.
And fortunately, bandit picks the wrong wall.
Okay. Got extra items. Too. Just let me know, dog.
That's crazy, Zay. I know you're not hitting that bandit trick either. But anyways, we do see that they actually open. I don't know if they opened con single last time, and they have two guys trying to work this. So yeah,
They
it
didn't
does
open
seem-
it last time. No, they weren't able to.
So, yeah, I mean, there's a lot of commitment to taking con, so Fenrir has to fall out here. And I do wonder if this is a first step to taking lounge, or if they're going to try to also execute on cash like RIT did.
I think like going off of that, I think they're just trying to see whatever like sticks, and I think like that's the first step, right? Like, do they want to take lounge control? Maybe, but again, it's like they're gonna try to take the last path for least resistance here. Maybe if they can find a way into sight that involves like just letting the lounge player be, then they may be able to just take it. And con control is the first step of that. And seeing as how they haven't rotated anybody yet, makes me think that they're just going to commit to a lateral take here.
I think
but
you're
the
right
flank
as
comes
well,
here.
because I mean, we did see this Thermite's holding a smoke nade to try and cut Raptors, which is another angle onto this walk-in. So it
This
seems
is
like that
actually,
could maybe be an idea.
This could be a really good execute here. Yeah, like they're going to take sight like
I don't
now.
know how
Yeah,
they got
there we
those
go.
picks.
Yeah, like there's just too many angles to cover. Yeah, that was a really good round. Very good adaptation and a very good map for Hornets.
Going to labs, eh?
We're going to labs!
I am glad, though, that RIT managed to make that competitive with their own defenses.
Oh, yeah, no. And, like, definitely, like, I think the adaptations coming out from both teams were, like, very good. It's just that Hornets had such a good lead going into it that it's just, like RIT just no amount of adaptation would make them catch up. You know.
Yeah.
There you go.
There we
That's
go.
the
There
right
we
scene.
are.
There you go. Guys,
Dunze.
trust me. I'm a producer.
He's a
Trust.
professional.
No.
This guy's a
No,
professional.
Yeah, I'm a professional, guys. Yeah,
Yeah.
trust. No.
But anyways,
Yeah. Good map one. Going to labs. I have no idea how to play labs.
yeah.
You do, though.
I like labs. I think labs is cool.
Labs is pretty cool. I just suck at it. And then instead of like being like, hey, I should probably learn labs, I just hate it.
Fair enough. I mean, a lot of labs is kind of counterintuitive, if that makes sense. Like, you have like that second floor is probably the only like normal site on the map, if that makes sense. Where
Yeah.
I mean, it funnels itself pretty well, and that's why I think historically it's had like the best statistical win rate per defense. But all the other sites, right? If you have basement, your natural inclination on a thing like basement is, I mean, if you're Hornets at least, and probably most people on like clubhouse basement, you can bunker the heck out of that site, right? But you just can't do that on labs because the entire roof is soft destruction.
Soft, yeah.
Yeah, so it becomes, and there's a couple like cheesy, easy plant spots as well. Like once you get exo control, there's that plant spot right on the door. That's very easy. And or if you go on the other side, there's that gigantic test tube that's very easy
Yeah.
to plant behind. So it kind of sucks, right? Because to bunker anyway. So what you see a lot of the time is people will like play all 3 floors of the map. There's maybe one guy site because there's not a lot of direct routes to site on labs. And so you almost see the round decided by team fights on the first floor instead
Yeah,
of site
second
itself.
floor, yeah.
So yeah, and then you have the 2 tertiary sites, which kind of are interesting.
Yeah.
Because you have stock, right? Stock control, which is you almost just play that same second floor site again, but you have to play it down 1 or 2 people because obviously you have to play site itself.
Yeah.
Whereas you then also have a site, and the thing with stock though is like the upstairs bit is very easy to control because it is that same 2F site that kind of naturally funnels into E box and like top aqua, and it's not super easy to attack. But the thing with that site is there's literally like this window that jumps straight into site, so it's you
Yeah.
have to leave 1 or 2 people there to deal with that. And if you only leave one, a lot of teams will try
just
to
funnel
to
in,
take
yeah.
that fight. So
So yeah, it's also just like you need to like, so much as you need to be able to commit players to the top floor because you're gonna lose to the vert, you also need to be able to commit bodies downstairs.
yeah, and so some teams will try to defend kitchen, but kitchen is like, because it feels like at first at least like there's less vert pressure on you. So it feels a little easier to exist in sight as a defender. However, kitchen kind of suffers from like the vert that is there is extremely easy to take because it's over meeting, which is literally a hallway and one room with like 3 windows into it, or 2 windows and like the soft wall thing. So it's like you just can't really fight over it very well. So the attack's gonna get that vert, and they're gonna chuck nades and stuff into those positions. And there's also this wall and lobby, which is also pretty easy to take
Yeah.
because you can kind of play behind the staircase and lobby, but like when they have vert and a guy's coming down staircase,
You just can't do much.
it
Yeah.
sucks, yeah. And so then you have sites cut in half from this wall, half of sites on vert. Like you're just kind of gonna die, and then they're gonna jump in and find a place to plant the bomb.
Okay.
So
Took a sense it's Night Haven sucks.
the tertiaries are not fun to defend, I'll say that. But I mean,
No.
that's kind of what makes the map a little more 50-50.
No,
which
I
is
know,
really
and,
nice
like,
to see.
From what I've seen, I've been able to play it a bit, and it's like it's like one of like it's like probably the most competitively viable like new map.
Yeah,
So and it's pretty good, and like I don't know the map, but it's been pretty fun to play.
yeah. I mean, its competition is new consulate and lair. So lair mention.
Speaking of lair, we'll be back after this break.
what does lair have to do with that? Welcome back, everybody, to another fabulous map of Siege.
Yeah, sorry, I had to take a piss.
Yeah. And we are joined here halfway through Operator Babs on the much yapped about Night Haven Labs. RIT again banning Monty, and the Hornets again lamenting this fact in all chat. The Hornets went ahead and banned Jackal and now Fenrir. Jackal on this map is very interesting. To me, that makes me think we might see more of that Vigil tomfoolery. Very big map, and with Jackal off the board, there's less options to track him down. And again, the zombie ban from RIT, because
Default
again,
at this
yep.
point, yeah.
they just don't like Monty and Azami, it would seem.
It's also like Azami also applies like for Garage. It's played. And then for E-Box as well, I've seen some setups.
The Raptors as well. I mean,
Yeah.
less infamous than Azami and Clubhouse Raptors, but
it's still very useful.
yeah, definitely see some things.
Ooh, Scopos.
Scopos tech.
Scopos
I
tech?
like it.
We need to
I
see
assume,
Scopos
yeah,
tech.
we're starting on the basement then, yeah. And like I said, these basement defenses are often very, very heavily fought on the roam rather than back at site. So that does not completely surprise me. A couple mirrors so that the one or two guys who stay site, you know, can lock it down very good, but I would not be surprised if we see, you know, Scopus all the way up in Narnia. She can teleport back together, and then, I mean, Solus as well to deny the intel game on that room, shoot some drones. And I'm sure Bandit will just place his batteries and skedaddle.
Yeah.
Attackers must locate and defuse a bomb.
Yeah, so yeah, like you said, committing the Scopus to the realm, very important. And then who else is going to I'm guessing Solus, yeah, for first floor?
Almost certainly. Right, yeah, shoot these drones.
Immediately. And they're going for that lateral.
Oh, Bandit's actually gonna trick. Okay. Oh, yes, sir. Okay.
Got him the IEMs, don't worry.
Oh, the cargo mirror is reversed. That's interesting. I do not feel like I typically see that mirror facing in. I think usually it's in cargo facing out.
Really?
Yeah, because there's that single wall like right behind you.
True.
That can get hard reach like this. I mean, you're probably not getting immediately shot because there's a tube behind you. So I mean, I can see the vision, see if it works out. Seems Scopus has skedaddled already, hit the /DP, and now there's just Solus alone.
I think that's important though, because like here the attackers are committing as if there's two roamers.
Yeah, for sure,
Whereas
and
it's
they
just
do
all-
not know.
Damn, that's unfortunate.
Oh,
Oof.
nice play from 5
That's
there.
very nice,
Good
yeah.
work. Yeah, I mean, like, I see the vision of falling out and, like, leaving your guy in a rat spot, because you were getting pressured. Nice nitro pick as well. Phenomenal. But I do wonder about falling all the way back to the basement here. Granted, 2 of their 3 guys that are remaining are just trying to funnel Animus here, so I guess they don't respond to what they're doing, but this buck is now not contested on Vert, despite the fact that there's number advantage.
The question is that enough? And like, yeah, Ubino just got the pick here, but imagine it was still a 5v3. Like, would it have been enough?
I think the other big thing there is they have not identified that 1F is mostly free, aside from the Solus. That, I mean, that you could take, you're down numbers here, you have to take the 1v1, right? And he will win this one, so that's a good equalizer. And now you're Buck, and you have full control of the first board. Took him a second to realize that.
Okay, I don't know why we're jumping off Animus.
Yeah, Thermite's
there.
going to die with the K, so all that commentary is now
All
for
that.
naught.
Yeah. See,
As our RIT
it
was-
could have been a little better if Thermite had just waited. You know, it could have been a misinput, you know?
Yeah.
But
I mean, it
yeah.
happens. But yeah, I mean, I definitely would want my butt to make some vert, lock down cargo, something.
Okay, yo, the C8 tech, though, so unappreciated.
What's unappreciated about the C8?
The recoil's like, doesn't exist.
Oh yeah, they
15
buffed the
seconds left.
heck out of it, dude. It shoots lasers. It's awesome. I love that thing.
10 seconds to go.
I'm old. I'm stuck with Thermite though. GG.
Real.
As the other old person, Trey, gets a nice shot with the SMG weapon.
First bit of play-by-play.
Yes,
First bit of play-by-play.
Yo, color, back to color overload.
Dubs. No, okay, yeah. It really, like, I find it real interesting how they can use that Scopus to throw them off the scent, to overcommit bodies.
Yeah.
And I mean, what really could you use to counter it? IQ? If it's
Yeah.
really about that intel?
Yeah, I mean,
And they bring out the IQ,
Attackers need to locate
for
and
sure.
defuse
which I mean, I think is also like pretty standard for a 2F, yeah?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, if you're worried about like Valkyrie things hidden in
Mhm.
connector, getting nitro through the floor, for sure I could see it. I do hope that they recognize that on this 2F lineup, there's basically nothing to bring an IQ for. Lesions and Frosts are mechanical, those won't even show up. Smoke doesn't have anything that'll show up.
So they opt
Mirrors
to
don't show
swap
up.
out the buck for a blitz.
For the IQ. Oh, yes, yeah. And then they swap the IQ player as well. So, yeah, so I don't think that IQ is going to get a lot of value here.
insertion.
I could see how it does in general, but
Buck probably would have been
Attackers
better.
are moving out to
and they've only
locate
got one drone shot, and that is the thing with the prep phase drones is like, you know, you save a bunch of your drones, right, 4 of your 5 for late rounds, so you have more intel in the round, but there is something to be said for, you know, figuring out the other team's lineup and stuff and crafting your attacking lineup to kind of counter it. Because now this IQ, I think, is going to struggle to find impact
bomb has been
outside of course, her gun. And a pretty standard start here, just opening the IT wall and con as well. The ace on the con is... The smaller holes are going to be slightly annoying, I think.
And I think this is what
Multi-thing.
makes like defending 2F so annoying is that attackers can get so many like important points of control so quickly because like how do you
Yes.
defend meeting? You really just like it's
Yeah, you
really
just kinda
annoying
don't.
too. You kind of don't. You kind of like to let it be. Like yeah, you can have somebody lurk there, maybe like shoot a drone or two, but
Yeah.
you need to give it a like pretty much immediately.
And yeah, and you do very often see, I mean, like, right, that's probably why they have the IQers. They're worried about some kind of like vertical nitro coming out. Ooh, nice nitro over the wall. That'll find one. An aggressive jump out gets punished though for the refrag.
Great play, instant troll.
I mean, your mirror's opening. I do think it is a mistake, but it is an understandable one. Given the pressure. The flank comes through from meeting as well. that?
I'm getting done. I got
Bro.
fans today. Hold on.
This guy's getting called on stream. But yeah, anyway, now this... yeah, I mean, you can really tell that these guys do like the Monty, the way they play the Blitz. And they're just falling and meeting at this point. It's a little chopped.
Yeah,
And
this
that's-
is pretty well defended.
That's the thing with this 2F site is like that kind of that first foot in the door and meeting and stuff and top aqua is very easy, but it is very hard to turn it into
Keep
anything.
Yeah.
Because this map will funnel like crazy.
And it's also like I think that's something that RIT is like using to their advantage. Like they're like, yeah, like take it immediately. Let me flank you.
Yep.
Like give me as much time as I can to just wear down all of your util and then just do exactly that. Just
Yeah,
walk
like-
up meeting hall and just kill you.
Yeah, they did a great job timing that flank as well, because they did wait until they started crashing into the Mira setup and stuff
Yep.
like that, and stalling out. And that now all your eyes are focused on trying to clear this Mira and this E-box
And
cross.
contest that player.
And then walks up behind you, and you know, no one's on a flank cam, anything like that, so gets away with it. But now with both a basement and a 2F, when we see RIT will now have to go to control. We talked a lot about
Attackers
these
need to
tertiary
locate and
sites
defuse bombs.
and how they can be a little harder to play. I think control has a higher ceiling than kitchen,
Attackers have
but it is
located
hard to
bombs.
play, if that makes sense. And higher ceiling in the sense of it can be better when it is played well, rather than the ceiling is literally higher.
Oh, I thought you were talking about. No, I know what you're saying because like as you were talking about like before the break, it's like it's almost like playing second floor, but you're down 2 people.
Yep.
Right. So it's just like you need to be a lot more conscientious about the space that you occupy and how you contest like the map, right? Because like it's also one of those things, and like I guess I'll ask you, and we'll find out during this round is like what. Since like labs is so vertically
Attackers are
focused,
moving to defuse a bomb.
what is like a good amount of time to be able to contest the top floor?
I think this site, you have to decide the round on the top floor, if that makes
Okay.
sense. So you need either a definitive man count advantage, right? So you need to either get it to like a 5v3 or 4v2 or something like that, or you need to get down to like, you know, like there's no time to execute territory of like 40, 30 seconds. And even then, honestly, I would even leave some people above still to contest the execute from Vert, because you can make Vert as a defender too. There's no rule against it.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think this is definitely a site that needs to be largely decided above, unless, you know, the attack does some crazy stuff and sends 5 people through a window. But, so yeah, so we've got this solo lurk into Aqua as the IT breach opens.
Yeah, I guess they're just slowly trying to surround the second floor here.
Yeah, Bino is a bit on an island here. Zart will rotate to help, but that means the eyes on breach is mostly just the guy below.
Ooh,
Bino
okay.
will win the one though. It's big.
That's interesting. Like, bro really said, I'll win when I swing, and then he won.
Yup.
See, I typically would just
Confidence is
never peek that. That's kind of crazy. Like, yeah. You also need just to know when to make engagements, especially since he knew he was kind of in a tricky spot. Like, he had to do something.
That is just the Ash, however, so most of the util on the side of Hornets is still there, so if they can find a way to take this top control, they can work that Ram. And
Yeah, and like that, like if Ram were gone, then that would have been a different story, right?
Fragmite over here
Got
will be
Fragmite.
answered back.
Nomad's gone, so I mean, late stage flanks a little easier perhaps.
It begs the question how many Nomads she got down before dying.
And the first one broad kick
Yeah, I'm
into it, walking on site. Interesting. Getting a little too overzealous there with the engagement.
Yeah,
for
I
sure.
mean, taking a fight off a vault animation is next to impossible unless you're like playing on like European ping or something. Like,
True.
it's just not fun because you get forced to look ahead and stuff. But when you're down numbers, sometimes you gotta get weird. He did almost catch Gulag in the reload animation, so clearly there was some thought behind it.
There was an
but,
intent, yes.
yeah, just doesn't go their way. Because RIT now with a full 3-site rotation to open defense.
Yeah, it's almost like it's the same story as last map, but flipped.
Yeah, I do wonder though, because it does feel like RIT has been winning these rounds a little more decisively at times. So I can't really, and I don't have the familiarity with this team, so I can't really tell you like what sort of ideas the Hornets have been going for and where they need to fix them.
Yeah, that's fair. I mean, they have been trying to do their adaptations, right? They brought the Nomads starting round what 3, right?
Yeah.
And like they know that there are some things that need to be done. They tried the IQ plan, didn't work out. Tried something else. So they are like they're not being too stubborn about what they're trying to do.
Yeah, I almost think though on a map like Labs that could be a problem in that it feels as though there's not enough bodies and resources committed to these big roams that you see very often on Labs. It almost feels like it's maybe 1 or 2 guys just kind of trying to skirmish up there.
Right.
You know, on some maps maybe that's enough because there's only 1 guy roaming.
But in Labs, it should be a more.
Yeah, you're going to need most of the team because the defense will roam with most of the team. And I think last time they were a little too focused on opening those direct-to-site breaches that honestly don't give you a ton of value until late round. Now, Cure, I do like this. Thermite is opening. He at least opened that top cargo cut window, which will, you know, make defenders think twice about rotating up those stairs, which is a very important, like, avenue of rotation. And now you see, right, this Jaeger is kind of stuck up in Aqua because he can't really fall down those stairs safely as there are people down there waiting. You see through the walls. They will MAV this breach open rather than, you know.
Okay, the
getting
demo's
stumped.
track, sure, but like he should be dead by now, surely, right? No? Okay. So Fives is able to rotate down the stairwell, right? And then not only that, but I'm guessing what Bino was that on the map? Was that to the map or the therm? So
I
was
mean,
that
it
to
was
the breach?
onto the therm. Yeah, I do think that may have been a misplay off the Mav, right? Because you open up the, I think they opened up the bottom Mav to just shoot the bandits off and then try to thermite the wall.
Yeah, but
And
then
I
it
think he
exposed
may have
their
just got his
speed,
feet.
yeah.
Yeah. And it's not like, you know, sometimes you see that done, but often you see that on like a 2F wall where you can kind of rappel down
Yes.
to thermite the breach open safely. You can't do that on this basement.
Clean up with Sar here. She's really like just she's being activated on this like power position right now.
I mean,
like,
yeah, there's really no util to clear her right now. They're not making vert on the position.
I mean, there's nothing to make word other than what, like
Deimos'
the
pistol.
revolver, yeah.
Yeah, again, I think it's just kind of a... It almost feels like the Hornets might not be as committed to the vertical aspect of this site as they maybe could be.
Yeah,
They won't have the hatch open at least.
Yeah,
Get
but
some of
it's
that
a
vert.
little too late, you know, and a little too. See, this annoys me as an ex-Mav main. See people map trick at you incorrectly.
Do you do the thing where you map like the middle open so they can't, like, you know what I'm talking about? Like bar thing?
No,
No?
no, that technology is too
located by
new.
attackers.
Too arcane. I'll have to show you it after. It's
You
pretty
should.
thing.
15 seconds left.
Anyway, though, they're now just gonna have to funnel into site.
Yeah, but it looks like it's a 4v2. Like, yeah, you can
Finds a nice pick.
you can find a pick, but it's gonna get
Reflex
traded
there.
out because of those
There's
crosses,
no
and it's
time.
just cleanup. Like, there's just really nothing you can do here. And probably could have used that time to talk to your team, which probably they did, you know, and they just said, okay, 10 seconds. Let's
I
just
hope
walk
they
in the
do. I
building.
mean, they're sitting on a timeout right now.
Yeah,
I
really
think
rough.
you rightly commended RIT's coach for taking, or captain. And here it comes. Yep. I think realistically the reset is needed.
One round too late, but yeah, it's you lost the rotation, and now you've lost that. Like, none of your adaptation hasn't worked.
And this round is also, I think, very important because you're now going into that 2F site, which is typically the hardest to attack. I think in this match specifically, both that and basement have been truly Herculean tasks to try and attack. But I think there might be more hope on the tertiary, so you hope to
Be able to, like, at the very least, get this one so that you can clean up and get it to.
I think if you can't answer this site,
Then you should
you'd
be
like
okay.
to. Yeah, because you know you have to take it. This is your only chance to get 2 rounds. And typically Labs is a little more 50-50 than Club, so you know, you definitely want as many attacks as you can pull.
Attackers need to locate and defuse as many bombs as they can.
Did they bring the Grimbies last time?
I don't think so, no. And with the Ying as well, so there is a lot more execute potential on this
So
one.
I'm guessing, what's that room? Is it called E-Box?
Which one?
Not IT, but
That's
that one.
E-Box.
That's
Yeah, that's
E-Box.
E-Box.
Yeah, so I'm guessing E-Box here, yeah, to help contest and push out like all those crosses.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, the Ying into E-Box is definitely a known factor. I'll say that much.
And then I'm guessing maybe a Grimby early round for Garage
5
or
seconds to go.
something.
It could be almost like you see like Clubhouse Raptors take. They could maybe try to grim
Something
bottom
similar.
up onto the raft. It could just be it could be a lay round thing. When you get that, if you get Con and E-Box control, you can turn that into a plant on the pillar in that objective pretty easily by just kind of grimming or smoking whatever the PC's room. Because then, you know, your only way to deny that plant once you're pushed out of the room in the first place is, you know, throw smokes and stuff and C4s. But if you can grim people further back into that site, it becomes harder. Ooh. Yeah, and again, we know what Bino was trying to do there, right? He tried to get an opening, he got one there, so he figured maybe run it back,
maybe
but
another time, yeah.
fundamentally, top of the meeting there is not a fun place to play for the reason you just saw.
Was that a Nitro?
Yeah, that was the Nitro. That was a really well placed Nitro. Doesn't quite get the kill, but we'll take the down for sure.
They
And
definitely
he's been up
changed the
to-
way that they're approaching the site, right? They didn't go for that immediate meeting control, right? Because they had it like 30 seconds before.
Now, that being said, right, they have the potential here to get all the control we would expect for that pillar plant I was talking about, but they have skipped one crucial step in that they have not opened IT, and with the bandit playing the trick there as well, I don't think they're going to get IT open very easily at this point in the round, which means that if they go for this pillar plant, the bandit player in IT will be able to make a... They'll have much more potential.
Okay. So we're
Thermite's gonna
just
try to
walking.
worm
We're
onto
just
Raptor.
walking in.
I know that was a great play.
We're just I was about to say something like if they're not gonna take IT, then like surely some
Yeah.
pressure, right? Yeah, that was a very good play.
That was
Fragmite.
a great identification of that problem, and that we need to kill this IT guy, and he sneaks his way in, sneaky prone like.
Bro said, "I'm gonna
Raptors."
kill everyone."
I mean, sometimes again, first-person shooter game, identify the problem. Your first line of defense is to solve it with utility and open the wall. But if you're not gonna get the wall open,
Gun up.
yeah, just take the fight.
I was really concerned that bro was gonna step on that frost mat.
You're gonna get pog mat,
Real.
pog mat, pog
But no,
mat.
that was a really good read.
Locate and defuse as many
Literally
bombs
caught,
as you can.
literally just literally gap spotting 1-1.
Gap spotted
Happy
one
Aka
down.
would be so proud.
Bino has changed to the Vigil.
Boss G.
Boss GA called.
Good for you.
I like it. I mean, if you're gonna go play those, freakazoid spots, for lack of a better term, might as well bring a Vigil.
Yeah, and that's kind of where like RIT's been like placing Beanos in like these like very like ego
Solo,
angles.
yeah, you gotta win a fight.
Mm-hmm. And to the most part, it's been working out for them. Like it's only really been shut down that last round
Yeah.
because they
their
anticipated that
entire
position
team.
and they pinched him. Yeah.
They literally went all in on that.
Which, in my book, even if Bino died, it should be a success.
Yeah, I mean, and we saw the way it could have been, right? Because they were so committed to his position that they kind of skipped IT.
Yep.
That could have, bit them at the butt, but they were able to make a hero play under
Hero.
Rafter.
Mm-hmm.
Run back of the same site, though. Looks like mostly the same everything. Grim exchanged for a buck.
Oh.
Oh, we might be
Oh.
crashing, folks.
Oh, we're back.
Oh, we're back? Okay, so what happened there while we were frozen was Buck went down to the supply window, and he opened the floor underneath Bandit so that he could not trick that wall, and they will get this wall open this time. Bandit's gonna try to trick this con wall. Bino finds an amazing pick out this door. I mean, he's just...
Again?
I mean, it just seems like they're struggling to deal with him when it's not V1.
I mean, that's kind of crazy how they're trying to how they're trying to work utility over on that side, yet they're
find a
unable
refrag.
to remove.
Thatcher off the board, though. That's a great one to find, I realize.
It's gonna make taking IT so much harder. If
Well, they
even
already
do.
got IT, but the problem now
yeah.
is that con wall.
Mm-hmm.
There's some hope. Yeah, they're just going to shoot it below. Okay. Reasonable. But, I mean, that's still stall, right? That's a wall that's hard to bandit trick since there's a door right on it.
A bomb
You
has
kill
been
Bino and
located.
just walk to the door. You can't bandit trick anymore, but since Bino's able to work that position, that becomes harder, and you have to go do weird stuff like go downstairs, which is a cost of time.
Yeah. Or just simply walk into IT.
I
Which-
mean, this is bold.
This is bold, yeah. Like kind of very lonesome play here.
This Ying goes unpunished, though. The potential's there. Yeah, great shots, though.
See, that would have been very good if they were able to coordinate some sort of attack there.
It does.
Even a simple 3-2-1,
Yeah.
laterally there would have been so
It
huge.
kind of feels, though, like RIT was a lot more ready for that, given
Mm-hmm.
they kind of won the last round off a similar Rafter hero play. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's just like at this point in the round, it's very much just like we know where you need to come in from, so it's just about just holding an angle
Yep.
and just getting the frag. Yeah. So I mean, they got one round.
They did get one. You like that? 6, I mean, we said it before when RIT were the ones on the short end of the stick, right? 5-1 feels a lot better than 6-0 as a player.
Mm-hmm.
So there's some hope, but I do think Labs is going to be harder to mount such a comeback on, but not impossible.
You know, I just realized the overlay said that RIT won map 1.
Ooh.
Attackers
Yeah,
need to
so-
locate
Me when I
and
lie.
defuse bombs.
That's called bias. You're on twitch.tv/RIT Esports.
That's
Hold on.
right, baby.
Let me fix
That's
that.
right. Anyway, coolio. So we're now on the defensive end for the Hornets and the attack for RIT. And we will see similar-ish lineups coming out. The same mirror looking into cargoes. This must be some like arcane tech I don't know about because both teams have done it. Or maybe the Hornets just thought it was so annoying they copied it. Who knows?
Arcane tech.
The same mirror looking
makes me wanna
into
ask
cargo
somebody.
stairs. I swear I've never seen that before this game.
Out to locate a bomb.
Ask Arcanic Truth.
Okay, dude. I don't think the chat knows this lore, but that's really funny.
Okay, interesting. So Mel and Legion combo here with the Mira, and then
Yeah.
Goya to stall for time.
I do think that was. So I do think, looking at this setup, that mirror was not just mindlessly copied. To be fair, because it does look like this is a very committed bunker on Nighthaven basement. Which I mean, we've explained. RIT wasn't like super structured on their own, but they at least contested it with several people.
I mean, they have committed at least the Legion,
Yeah, it's just one Legion on one Epto, and I think
and yeah,
we
you're
saw
gonna
from
fall out
Club
instantly.
if RIT has a fault, it's not. It was not lack of care clearing. It was maybe being too careful when they didn't need to be. So yeah, I mean, this guy's on vert. Soon people are gonna be walking down the stairs. It's not gonna be fun.
That's sense for you. Get the cross.
His buddy
which is
will
very
kill the
well
hatch
done.
drop is
Yeah.
bold. The hatch drop is crazy.
Yeah, that's really bold for Bino. I mean, it is Bino. I don't know what else to expect, to be honest.
He's him.
Real.
He's like that.
But then, honestly, the problem is, it's not, since this is labs, it's not like any other map where you be like, oh, we're up man advantage, let's
Attackers
go
have
down,
dropped the bomb diffuser.
right?
Yeah, you're
Attackers
already
cover
is
the
followed.
diffuser.
Like you're already on the first floor.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you may think you can go to site. There's less time, at least. You can make that case. If you get down to a minute, maybe there's not as much time to make all of it. But with RAM, it is pretty fast, so...
Oh, this is
Oh,
huge.
this pick,
Yeah, that's
yeah,
a free
that'll
pick,
do it.
yeah.
Yeah, and so,
And
I
now
mean,
I'd probably fall back down.
refrags there. That's good. Time is running low here. But it does look like RIT has all the control finally.
The problem is, they have all the control, but there's 50 seconds left. They haven't opened any hatches. Like, what are their entries into site? They're gonna have to end up funneling here on those stairwells, which is what the defenders are contesting.
Yeah. The Capital, or was that even a... That might have been a Goyo.
It was a Goyo,
Turned
yeah.
against him.
Mm-hmm.
Attackers bomb diffuser.
And
Yeah,
no
see,
one's
like,
on
that's the
plane.
problem with your attack right now.
It's so strange. It's like RIT seems very meticulous at moments, and then little things like that like go unnoticed. It's very like it seems out of character. But
Yeah.
it's been a little consistent.
15 seconds remaining.
And it's like something that I noticed is just like they, like Hornets were able to do so much with that just one Legion on
Yeah.
1F. Like it seemed as if there was actually a lot more going on, right?
Yeah.
Just out of the pure aggression, and then being able to have reflex the Mel, right?
True. Yeah,
and at that point,
to
like
their credit, the Malusi did re-aggress up the stairs, so there were two people up there.
Right.
It just, made me a liar.
me when I lie. It's okay, we lie all the time.
All good.
Defenders
It's like I
protect your
gassed the
bombs
chat
from
into
being
thinking we
defused by
won that one.
attackers.
That being said, they're electing to go straight to control. Not 2F just yet.
Attackers have located a bomb.
What do they think they have on the site?
They got tech.
They think they got the
They got
forbidden
tech.
tech.
I mean, Castle's on the board.
Oh no. Oh no.
Castle rafter window. can
This
be
is
reasonable.
either the best strategy I've ever seen, or this is a 2 a.m. custom game tragedy.
10 seconds to insertion.
They are going to castle that cargo door
5 seconds
off.
left.
That is something you see very commonly on a basement defense to cut off that cut angle we were talking about.
The bomb.
On this, since first floor is the site, there's maybe an argument to be made that giving them that forklift jump in for free is sketchy. But I don't think it's the end of the world, so it'll be interesting to see how that dynamic plays out. The Malusian Legion combo will play above again. And
Starting
this
to drone
Warden
out.
Shield is
Yeah, Warden Shield is interesting. Where is Warden playing?
he's playing between the sites there with his shield facing toward Kitch.
Yeah, I think that might be the best way to activate Warden in this situation because so many people are upstairs.
I think I see the vision with it because, like, you do very commonly see wardens in there because, like I said, sometimes teams will just, you know, get freaky and, like, ying through the window and try something. So it's not uncommon at all to see warden near supply to answer that type of thing. And I guess, you know, giving him that shield there, he has some utility toward a kitchen side push as well, and he can just wheel out if they try the window.
It's also, I feel like Warden could be activated here in a way to contest Garage as well, because you might like initially think like, oh, like you're the sole site holder, like you need to stay alive. But like the way that they're playing out this round, where they have this Raptors player, like contesting, having two people contest that Garage breach is like really huge.
Now this is interesting because it does look like RIT will elect to try and punish that castle.
Wow. Oh.
This is crazy.
Yeah,
Crazy
that's a
fights
little
unfolding
crazy.
before our eyes.
Yeah.
Somehow Bino's the only one in that engagement to make it out alive.
Okay, hold on.
Hold on,
Hold
chat.
on. What is going
What is
on? Hold on. There's,
I mean, it almost feels like if you remember that Logi round where the
You're right.
Hornets just
Yeah.
jumped in Logi because they say, hey, there's a gap here. And, you know, I commend the attempt to try and find and hit gaps, but again, it feels like there needs to be a vision of what to do with that space because it's like we get in there and then it's just like the most
and
scuffed
also
fights
winning
ever.
your one. Yeah.
I mean, yeah, you win those ones and, you know, you take sight anyway, but it's like, you know.
Yeah,
at
that was pretty
at that-
scuffed. Like they didn't set up the way to take their ones correctly either.
Yeah.
Attackers need to locate
And,
and defuse as many
yeah,
bombs
but I
as
mean,
they
like, at
can.
that point, if you're just playing for ones, like, why not take upstairs? Like,
Yeah, exactly.
if you're gonna send it into a space, I think you have to do it for the reason that it is better than just, you know, clearing.
On the flip side of the half, Hornets are already able to take 2 rounds here.
Yep.
So this is
The
pretty
pendulum
good.
has swung in their favor
Mhm.
recently.
So the question is, like, being able to extend this now. They're on 2F, right?
Yep.
They're doing the bottom up sequence. And let's see, what are they running differently in RT? They're bringing the mute, right? And they're
Yeah.
electing not to
Objective
bring the
to
Mira.
locate a bomb and defuse it.
Mute and Cade instead of a Mira.
And I think that like having the mute with the
Getting there.
Cade is just like it's in my opinion better, just because of information.
Yeah, I can see the vision with the mute. And I guess the Cade's a little like, you know, the potential
I
isn't
feel
there
like,
for the
yeah.
Banditrix, but it's
Mhm.
like,
I think it could be interchangeable too.
yeah. But RIT will bring the Thatcher, so it's not like they need to locate the Cades. So,
Like the reasoning could be Thatcher is up, so there's really no point in like trying to bandit. Like I don't know.
yeah. I mean, they will go shoot this Cade anyway instead of just thatching it, but
Yeah.
all good, I guess. And they will take this meeting control. There will be no shenanigans like being in Boss G.
Absolutely astounding.
Smoke will try a later variation of the same idea, and both players walk away with their lives, but not much more. 3 HP and 12 HP.
Just
For a
past the
second.
2-minute mark.
Yep.
Just about like I'd say comparing to their own attacks on this site, or comparing to Hornets attacks on this site, they definitely are on the quicker side of things. However, they still need to get this wall open, and they still need to focus on IT.
Yeah, I don't know if they're any quicker. It feels like they're both equally a little slow, but like RIT now at least still, you know, they didn't lose a third, they didn't forgo a band. Like they still have all the pieces to get everything, even though it's a little late. They didn't lose anyone to an early pick.
And losing the buck now doesn't really matter because he's done his job. He got the K charges. Like there's.
And even though the flex rotate goes up here, there's nothing to stop it. And, you know, equally this Legion's kind of, he's a little screwed. RIT really wants to punish him, but it looks like they won't. Or he just finds the timing to escape.
Gavino's just chilling in the box. Oh, great. Thanks.
Rip smoke.
R.I.P. Oh, and Legion goes down now.
Yeah, I mean, they're at the Raptors.
I mean, yeah, it's just
This is
since they
sketchy.
have so many things open, they just...
Attackers
Right there, this is now even man count. A Legion will get picked up, though. Ooh. 1v2 for Gulag.
Yeah. Trying to take here into
15 seconds
E-Box.
remaining.
Very low on
Knows
time.
that you're going to have to be playing against the shotgun
10
here,
seconds
so
remaining.
going into E-Box is probably not your best play. But you kind of have to funnel the end of the day.
Yeah, you gotta
And he
pick
gets 3
something.
seconds. He got commit. Gets
gets
one.
the shotgun
Tries to get the
kill.
second, but there's just not
He's
enough
triple
time.
zero.
Triple
Yeah,
zero. Yeah.
unlucky.
Good try. Good
A
try.
very valiant effort. I mean, it's truly a rock and a hard place, right? Either you have to take a vault animation on
Yep.
this con wall, or you have to
Walk into a
walk
shotgun.
into a shotgun in E-Box. And honestly, neither seem like great options, and he
Exactly.
somehow manages to get a kill off the vault. So is that tech timeout?
Tech timeout. Tech. Pause the game if you could, observer. Hold on.
Chat.
I got you.
Oop.
Yeah, timer's paused. All good.
All
So,
good.
I mean, yeah, it is. It really is a rock and a hard place. It's pretty tough.
Yeah.
I wonder if they're like something's going on. Oh,
Lights went out.
yeah, lights went out. I wonder if something's going on that's like not letting them like
Yeah, it felt a little
follow
weird.
through
But
the
like,
round.
I mean, they had full con control very easily. Like,
Mhm.
the only congestion that was there was the smoke on that door, and they just, you know, traded a bunch of damage. And that really felt like the only obstacle, but somehow they were just too timid, like walking into E-Box and stuff to do that plant. I don't know exactly like what happened, but it felt like they just kind of stalled out for like a reason. I don't know. Definitely a very strange round before the.
All right, what did you eat earlier?
I ate a sub sandwich. Yeah. Been down to Crossroads, got a little turkey Swiss. How about you?
That's good. What's the last thing I ate? It's been hours.
Zay, you at least stay hydrated.
I did stay hydrated.
You have the water in
Drink
here?
water.
True.
Yeah, we almost got a milk sponsor.
Hmm?
Yeah.
What?
This is like old RIT Esports lore. But we almost got like a dairy company to sponsor us, like for broadcast.
So you're telling me we could have done the milk cup first?
We could have done the milk cup first.
That's crazy, man.
And then basically, like, we apparently, like, it didn't go through, right? But like the way the talks were going was like, for all broadcast integrations, we would need chocolate milk,
Yo. Dude,
and
I'd be
we'd need
fan.
like a fridge of chocolate milk.
I'd be drinking that.
I'd be drinking
I'd be
that.
drinking that on camera.
Happy every day. I'd be so happy. Chalky milk for
Chalky
free.
milk.
So good.
Oh god.
Like, damn. So yeah, if you're a milk company, want to send us a fridge? Chalky milk, strawberry milk,
Straubs.
Straubs versus Chalky.
That's a death
It makes me want to make a comparison that I don't think I can make on broadcast.
SI25 Grand Finals. Chalky versus Strawberry.
Chalky versus strawberry.
Lock it in.
True. Real.
You thought FaZe Furio was the
No.
You ain't
You're
even know.
sorely
You
mistaken.
don't even know.
when 10 cows compete against each other.
Be the brown cows make chalky milk.
Oh my god, wait. What if we started a race war with cows?
Whoa, buddy. Whoa. That's a little crazy, no?
Yeah, it is.
GG.
GG.
Go next. Bino back in the lobby.
Yay!
Please, bro. Yo, where's this gulag guy at?
Yo, true.
Yo, chat.
Yo, where's Gulag at? No. Bro's probably getting IAMs.
Real.
Bro's getting the wax out of his ears. Actually, hold on.
Yo, can
Before
we
I
open
talk
chat?
shit. Yeah, before I talk some shit. Oh my god.
Meow. Meow.
Siege Observer saying, wow. This is so.
We are meowing live on broadcast, ladies and gentlemen.
This is what EP time does to RIT Tigers.
Real.
Oh my god.
Yo, they're meowing back. Let's go.
True.
Oh. Sneaky.
Sneaky little yawn.
Big Geeper.
You know, watching Rocket League earlier today was interesting because it's just like ball, car. But like here, it's like
Shooty shoot.
I put battery on wall,
Yeah.
explode.
This Siege is a very
I
esoteric
throw
esport.
EMP. Gulag coming. Oh, all right. Well,
GG.
we're going to a break, guys. We'll see you guys soon.
We'll be right back.
Okay, we're back live. Hi, chat. We're back. Real. Oh, yeah. Imagine being muted.
Oh my god, imagine being muted.
That's so
Year
embarrassing.
2024. Yeah, hey chat, we missed you.
Yeah, quick
been a
little
second.
rehost, some tech problems, and then Gulag abandoned the match. Imagine.
Defenders, protect your bombs
Imagine
from being
wagons.
defeated by attackers.
Imagine. Where were we? We finished the site
First
rotation.
rotation, yup.
Mm-hmm.
Back to the basement.
Going back to basement. We have Lay Bandit.
I like this change though. I immediately
We
see
brought the Mira.
RIT has not run Dokkaebi this entire time. Yar, I like that.
Now we bring the Dokkaebi.
Yeah, I think Dokkaebi is really, really powerful when you do those kind of, like, not solo, but like, unstructured rooms, if that makes sense.
10 seconds
Because,
left.
like, to their credit, the Hornets did end up playing, like, 2 people above, which is, I mean,
5 seconds
good
left.
enough, right?
Insertion.
But, you know, there wasn't a ton of setup
Attackers are
upstairs
moving
other
out
than,
to
like,
locate a bomb and defuse it.
a handful of Legions and Malusis and then, like, a couple rotates. But there weren't committed to, like, reinforcements or, like, anchor positions extended, if that makes sense. So really all you need to know is get the information and take the fights on the roamers, right? So Dicky's a great tool to do that. Just, you know, phone call, I hear ya, let's take a fight.
Let's take a fight. And they're also going, like, I don't know if they did this last time, but they're also, like, attempting to get these two, and like, the Animus wall and
Yeah.
this wall open at the same time while they're doing their... They're clear. I don't know where Dokkaebi is coming in from. I don't know why Dokkaebi has case while doing their own clear.
Well, she's just droning and calling for
Okay.
people ahead of her. Because the phone call is global, right? You don't need to be involved in the fight. It'll just help your entries out. And yeah, immediately again, they take this 2F control.
No contestation involved. Is Legion on this on that 1F?
Yeah,
Yes.
Legion and
Okay.
Malusi
And
were
Malusi.
1F last time.
Okay.
Malusi has lurked up some stairs here.
I was about
The
to say,
2F.
Bino's about to drop that hatch
Just stop
one more
Aqua.
time, and I was going to be very, very mad.
If they do their diligence and call her drone, Malusi right there on drone, then it's either just an easy one or she has to fall. It seems like she will elect to fall.
Fall, except Legion should be doing the same soon, otherwise they'll be alone.
It looks like they will try to fight 1F a little bit. Legion lurking back toward his stairs so that he can leave. Very wisely. Malusi in a rat spot here.
When then we try to access here. Oh,
Yeah.
the pre-shire.
Yeah, but this time with
good.
the Dokkaebi and the drone work, there will not.
Yeah, this is a great adaptation to
Carefully.
RT because if this was that same round that we saw last time
Yeah.
without the Dokkaebi, that would have been a free kill.
Exactly. And I mean, yeah, it was a great adaptation. The right adaptation as well, because, you know, they didn't give up on clearing the room. They fixed clearing the room. They do realize that this vert is very important on this site.
Animus open.
And they will get Animus open, and they have all the vert in the world, so this should be a nice, easy exo side execute. Dope call goes out. Find any
Question is, how are they
rats.
going to clear
It
the...
looks like they have intel on the Sky Kitchen
Yeah.
as well, so hopefully, you know,
Although,
the
hopefully-
Hornet should get shenanigans.
This just seems like a little bit like a Desperado
They
try
are
to like
stalling a
stall
little
the
bit.
execution. Yeah, like they just need to start going. The
Yeah.
Legion is inconsequential.
You almost just need to leave one guy
Mhm.
staring at it and take one. You're still up bodies.
Yep, and like
Yeah, and
exactly.
they're flooding.
Yeah.
10 seconds
Time's
to
getting a
go.
little short here, though. Hopefully they can get the bomb into that spot. It looks like they will. Coverage is there as well. This could still work out.
Yeah.
Coverage gets one.
The cross is good. The Legion is retaking currently, going back
Back down
downstairs.
cargo.
Yeah, it's a 1v2, full time remaining. Takes some damage here. Tries to contest the breach, but the cross is too good, and they know not to contest. Getting the
He
res
does get
off,
the res
trying
off.
to equalize, and now they need to work this breach, right?
Yeah.
But it's just
Great lurk from
it's just
Gulag
a
to
great
find
lurk,
that.
and now it's just a cleanup here. Yeah, very good round.
Well played in the dwindling seconds of
I was
the
getting a little scared because they left that Legion, right?
Yeah, for a
For a while, and it's okay to leave the Legion, but like you need to like have one eye on it at the very least, right?
Yeah.
Because then they start to collapse, right?
Right, exactly. I mean, and I will say, to their credit, you know, they brought the Dokkaebi. The information was there this time, so these little rat guys didn't catch them off guard. just at the end there with the Legion, maybe a little quicker decision making
Mm-hmm.
saves you some of that clock. That, you know, it did get down to the wire a little bit there, but overall, you know, well played, good enough to get it over the line.
It seems
now-
as if this rehost, like, what really was for the better for RIT. Like, they definitely came out on top of it.
Calm down a little bit.
They
yeah.
they calmed down. They were able to just analyze and be like, okay, like you said, it's not that we need to abandon the roam clear. It's that we just need to fix it.
Mhm.
So they were able to fix that, and it pays off, right? They finally get that last round that they need to secure match point, and now they're just literally 3 minutes away from being able to go to the decider of Chalet, which
That'll be a fun map.
should be good. Yeah.
It looks like we're running a exact run back from Hornets, so I'd expect very much the same from RIT, and it looks like other than swapping Thermite for Ace, I mean, same, pretty much. Yeah, so I mean, hopefully RIT has truly learned their lessons. I think they have. Okay. Somehow this opens despite the bandit trick. Impressive. Regardless, I mean, hopefully this I don't see any adaptations from Hornets here. I think they have faith in this setup and the ability of their roamers, but we'll see if that is, you know, misplaced or not, if they do in fact need more help. But anyway, Dokkaebi now cleared through the second floor. A lot of the same steps so far. Yana clones being used. Even more information on these little roaming positions. And I mean, largely this round is following the same structure. Legion will fall toward his exo stairs again. But this time Malusi is also lurking over on Kitsch side with him.
Yeah, they seem to have said, okay, let's stick to the 1F, but let's be a lot more passive about the gunfights that we take, and sort of just let them come to us instead of like trying to make them push us out.
And they have made a very subtle change in that the Malusi is no longer like playing the other half of first floor. They're now playing together on this kitchen side. So it's almost like they're waiting for IT to stall out on them in the same way, because now with two people it's a little scarier skipping them and doing.
But it's not working out because that's the idea of their entire roam is have Malusi play with Legion and play for the refrag.
And it doesn't happen.
And yeah, while you do have a lot of time, nothing has come to fruition. Like, what do you have to say for your roam right now? Nothing, because RIT has full like top control.
Oh, and this is so smart too.
They have breach open.
They've solved this problem of the roamers being on the kitchen side by realizing, hey, that's not the only half of basement we can execute
Exactly.
on. They've now cranked Vert over the cargo side, and they've opened that hatch so that they could also execute over there. That said, they whiff the freaking flank watch, and Malusi's able to come and equalize and even take more away on the flank.
Yeah, honestly, at that point, I feel like instead of chasing over someone like that Malusi, who seems to just said, okay, I got my two, I'm just gonna go. I think you really just need to focus on side because there's just no time, and like you're gonna have to funnel. Yeah, wow, that is unfortunate.
I mean, that's strange. It's almost like they heard me praising that they were making all this and pressure over on Cargo side and said, never mind, we're gonna go EXO now.
You're
like,
gonna go EXO.
I don't. It does make me wonder. Like, I mean, sure, there's something to be said for opening all of that stuff if you have the time for ghost pressure, but I think in that situation, like, if you knew there were people in Kitsch, and time isn't super abundant, I think you maybe need to commit to what you have there.
Yep.
Attackers need to locate and defuse bombs.
But still, match point in RIT's favor.
Yeah, they still have one more round if they want to go home relatively soon.
Attackers have discovered
And by
the
relatively
location
soon,
of a
I
bomb.
mean go to a third map,
Yeah.
play another hours, another 1 hour. But yeah. Let's see. We're going 2F now.
This defense looks a lot different, though.
Yes, it does. We're bringing the Valk, which is new.
Yeah, instead of a smoke.
Mm-hmm.
And Bandit's still there because I think he got some value out of the tricks. Jaeger's for electrical. Wide. Still Malusi. Just a very natural pick. Again, this is a very choke-free map, and Malusi wubs are very annoying on choke points. A couple of legions to harass over on meeting, but I do wonder if he'll actually commit to that fight or just leave. Looks like he's just gonna leave. The Valk below, though. RIT, I think, has seen Val because IQ does come out, and they were not running her before. So hopefully they can shoot those cameras and not have to deal with much. Anyway, moving on to the connector wall here. Just going to ace it open. I think with the knowledge that they've made enough presence of beating that Bandit is left, given the door literally on his position. IT also gets open in the main time. This Bandit is either too late or too timid on the rotate. And now RIT has full pressure to work some kind of execute.
Yeah, and like they're getting very aggressive with these peaks. I mean, yeah, it's either Bino or Logunk that would take any of those engagements, and putting him in a very like powerful position like E-Box, you need to be really aggressive because like it's a very dangerous position. You need to be like to remain in control of that like situation of
Frankly,
that
like
space.
This is some crazy aggression, right? Like it's not every day you see a Logunk come flying out of the box to leave a breach like that. Like
Me when I see Logunk fly out a window.
I mean, it looks like this ace got maybe a little like weird and then but like ultimately I think RT just needs to be ready for that because like I don't think that's like an advantaged fight. I just don't think we were expecting it. And it seems like it's just kind of spiraled out of control with that opening pick.
Yeah. Pretty much secured overtime at this point. Now the question is, like, we're going into overtime, right? Most probably, yeah. It's SAR, I mean, she's a great player. I don't know if we can get a 1v5 with 45 seconds left.
It is tough.
Yeah, so going into overtime, I'm pretty sure, let me see. I'm pretty sure, though, that Hornet is starting on defense for OT. So if anything's an indication, it would immediately seem as if it's going to go Hornets' way. However, RIT has shown that they're able to very well adapt to sites like basement, even though they may have trolled that one last time around.
Yeah.
15 seconds to go.
It's very interesting. I mean, it's they're talking it out now, as I think they are aware that they're going to have to win some attacks on overtime to get this game over the line. But I mean, it's weird. I don't think Labs is that. What in the heck? But anyway, it's strange. Like, I don't think Labs is that defender-sided, ultimately. It just kind of seems like, especially the way these teams are playing, like, it's just errors on attack. And attack is hard to coordinate, to be fair, but it's very strange. It'll be a tall task for RIT to win this in overtime, given how defensive side both this map and this matchup have been.
And like right about now would be a great time to like sort of take a pause and be like you know, like tell me about the key players in the situation, right? Like, you know, you'd think typically like in high level broadcast you'd think like, well, tell me about Rexan or like some player like that. But like in this situation, let's think about like what has happened to Bino. Bino is for sure cooled down from those first rounds in labs. Like, was playing on those power positions, was the first one to like start an engagement, and was almost all of the time winning those engagements with the Elegon or the Boss Chi, right? Like,
I mean,
very ego angles, and he was always getting away with it. Whereas now, on the attack, kind of cooled down a little bit, needs to find footing again somehow.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think either that it's like maybe it is a player cooldown, but ultimately I think you can't rely on that type of thing, you know what I mean? Like, because it's not like power positions per se. They're not very friendly to him. He's playing them almost in spite of the map rather than with the map, right? Like playing on those top lobby stairs like leaves you open to. I mean, like the one round he just got wall banged through the meeting window because it's not a nice place to exist, but he's been making it work, and it's like. We need to like change things around maybe so that he doesn't have to do these like superhuman feats.
Right, yeah.
Right.
You can't always count on that one player to win the round for you, and that's a very fair point. However, like for a lot of those rounds
He's
for
doing
RIT,
it again.
that's kind of how it was being. And like, yeah, he's doing it again. He's just walking solo up that stairs, just ego challenging that engagement.
Yeah.
Loses it.
Like, I mean,
And,
at
yeah.
least there it seemed like there was maybe someone on the refrag there that just also fell to a guy riding a pitch, but then it's like, okay, the info needs to be there. Like, I don't know. It is tough. Regardless, now it is a 3v5. And so we're going to need to find a way to get some picks back if you're in RIT shoes.
And it's getting even trickier because they still don't have the vertical that they need with a minute 30. Like,
Right.
that mute still being up there, very concerning. And it's a 3v5. Like in an ideal like pipe dream, right? You get rid of the mute. You find a way to like open up Animus Hatch, maybe work out the breach and like get some more picks. But like, look at where your attackers are right now.
Yeah, they're all on islands.
Exactly.
Right? There's no refrag potential, and maybe that's okay in this situation since you need to win some ones anyway to equalize. But I mean, I understand opening that breach to get some side pressure, but I think at this moment, Trey maybe needs to realize as well that the team needs to fight for some kills right now, and that's a very passive position. So we need to involve everyone. That said, RIT does find one to answer and is working their way over toward EXO, so maybe they will meet up with him rather than the other way around. Logunk, though, lurking in the background, as so often has been the downfall of this RIT team. And it looks like they'll even lose one pushing down EXO.
It's gonna be a cleanup.
Yeah, and there's no knowledge. Yeah.
One, and the SMG-12 is gonna come after here. Very
Early.
unfortunate.
Seconds left.
Oh. No.
Attackers have dropped the bomb.
Okay.
I mean, honestly, it's impressive that he was allowed to take that fight for that long.
Yeah.
It is
Took it.
crazy.
The dump's got it. Ooh.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Whoa,
Ooh.
Whoa.
Nice and rectangular. Just how I like it.
nice. Anyway, RIT now at least has defense to fend off now Hornets' first match point of the game.
Okay, let's go back, right? I think one of the key points that we were missing earlier is like, yes, RT was able to adapt, but it's also not able just to adapt to
Attackers need to locate and defuse as many
not able
bombs
just to be able to adapt to Hornet Esports' defenses and the way that they're playing, but to be able to adapt their players to how they're playing currently at the moment, right? Like, if Bino was like activated during the first half, sure, maybe perhaps he's cooled down, but maybe it's just that he hasn't been able to be put in those power positions to like successfully be able to like frag like he usually would on defense, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's interesting. It feels as though RIT has adapted in the macro sense, but not in the micro sense.
Exactly.
Like, they've identified some like
5 seconds to insertion.
weaknesses and things they could do in theory, but the execution just has not quite been there some of these rounds, like losing to these vigil flanks and things like
Yeah.
that.
It's these very like smaller things that just keep coming back to bite RIT.
But anyway,
We bring the skill post again. I really did
Yeah,
like
I
this
did like the skill
originally.
post,
Yes,
yeah, I
I
mean,
think it was very good,
I think-
especially for the basement.
on paper you maybe say like 2F is the best site, but I do see why RIT has gone to this basement site.
And I see the vision that they have too, because
Yeah.
it's just again, it's that
'Cause it
phantom
did
pressure
feel
that
like-
they can exert
Yeah, like
with the skill post.
and yeah, Hornets here are now making the adaptation of let's skip the room clear rather than let's fix
Right.
the room clear.
And now it's up to RIT to show them this is why you can't skip
Yeah.
the room clear, right? Like they need to retake top floor. They need to use their utility like they're using now, but this.
The bomb is going down. I do wonder if they know.
Okay, what about where's your utility? C4 is going out. Already won. Did not not
No.
land, did not connect, right? So Bandit potentially has one.
Well, and this is weird too, because Fives is in stock. Like the that bomb spot is on vert. Like you could have just killed this down, like this round would be over. But now we have a strange retake position. The smoke is at least isolating, but it does seem like they're unable to get this blitz out to go for the defuse. And the bodies are just falling, trying to make something happen.
Yeah, no.
It's looking
pretty
dire.
much as good as over at this point.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, this is what I was saying. Like, it was up to RIT to show them this is why you can't roam clear. Like, immediately as you saw that lateral take and that lateral rush, you should have sent more people upstairs to be able to, like, assist with the with the plant denial, right? And just the lack of doing that and the lack of verticals that they had in place already really
Yeah.
came back to bite them.
I think, honestly, this may be a very funny way to lose the round, because I think Goyo there didn't get the vertical kill because he had proximity alarms instead of impacts, and the impacts cannot make, or the proximities cannot make vert. What the heck?
There you go.
But yeah, proxies can't make a vert. Goyo doesn't have a shotgun in his loadout, so
Exactly.
you have an operator playing this position that could, in theory, deny that plant, but he just doesn't have the actual till to do it.
It's like at that point you might have even make the case that like even Mira could have been a better
Yeah.
player to put in that
least she has a
position because she
shotgun.
had the shotgun, right?
Yeah.
And it's just that like they were just ill is illy a word?
Ill-advised.
It was not the best way to prepare for such a lateral take. And like yeah.
Well, and yeah, and I think that round is representative of the game in general, because, again, like, in theory, everything was there to stop it.
Exactly.
But in practice,
Yes.
Goyo has proxies equipped instead of impacts, and they lose the round.
Right. And it's
It's
also
these
sort
tiny
of that
things.
curse of like, there's only so much like theoretical strategy making that you can make on Google Slides with your little diagrams. But like at the end of the day, it comes to practice and like actually playing out those rounds, because everything is easier said than done, right? Nothing
Yeah.
is ever going to play out the way that you want it to. And CG is by far not a play that game, right? So like it's always about being able to adapt and always about being able to spot where the gap was. And in this case, Hornets was the successful gap spotter,
Yeah.
and they win the game.
You're just stacking the happy apple brownie points right now, aren't you? Anyway.
But yeah, I mean, I don't know. I think looking back into map 1 and looking how it transcended into map 2, we kind of saw some of the same stuff, right?
Yeah.
Things that RIT Esports should have won in theory weren't able to fully execute, see to the end. And then just small mistakes that, like, given more practice could be eliminated, like misinformation for flanks, right? Stuff like that, simple things that just lose you rounds.
Yeah.
And then just looking at like overarching, right? Like Hornets, I would say were, I don't know, what would you say for Hornets? I can't really put a word on it.
I think Hornets were like, they were the more fluid team.
Right.
That makes sense. I think they needed fewer things to go right, which is, good in that they got it across the line today.
But it might not necessarily help them in the future.
I think the ceiling is there for RIT. I think they just need some more reps. It is still early in the season. These things can be fixed.
Exactly.
But,
especially with
they
best
need
of
to be.
threes, right? Like, especially
Yeah.
with best of threes now, starting now in a group stage, like you are forced to iron everything out so that if in any eventuality you do make it to playoffs, you have a way more well-refined map pool, right?
Yep.
So, yeah. That's it. 2-0 for Hornets.
They were
Could
two
have
very
seen them
close
at 3.
maps,
They
at
were very
least.
close maps,
Yeah.
especially Labs. Love to see that Scopos play. I'm going to use that.
Yeah.
Except I don't play the game anymore. Damn.
Ranked player. Above ranked.
Thank you all.